Oh, yeah. Welcome to Couchdoodles Live. It's Sunday. Time for some group talk. I'm your host, Fred Gaboom, comic book veteran of 28 years. Imagine Ninja, Ninjaneer. I hope you are all having a great Sunday. What's happening, Justin McClure? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we're doing group talk. That's where I post the link to join the show in the chat. And if you're brave enough to click it, you're in the show. And we talk about whatever we want. Today, I'm feeling like I want to talk about what is your favorite way to get story? Is it through a video game? Is it through a book? Is it through a comic book, a TV show, a movie? I like finding these things out. What's up, Toxic? How are you, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Jake Mohawk, how are you, sir? How's California? How's drawing and creating treating you? I hope you're doing well. Got my jams playing. We're doing StreamYard today because I'm inviting you guys in to the show. That means you get to join in on the show if you have a camera. What up, Matt Cisco? How are you, man? If you have a camera and some headphones and want to be part of the show, go ahead and click on this link and you're in. What up, Jay David? What up, Jude? How are you? Did some drawing today. I think I could flip my phone. I'm gonna try to see what that's all about. I'm doing pretty okay. Role-playing D&D style games. Give a writer, a friend of mine ideas. Plus hanging out and talking. Nice. Flipping camera. So this was just doodling. I just did a podcast for this He-Man thing. What up, Marco? Thank you again for sending those PDFs. So this was just, when you, it's like phone doodles or whatever, when you're on the phone and you just do stuff. So I drew a bird, some weird horn thing, some muscle guy, some other dude. But we're at the desk right now. I wanted to welcome any of you guys who wanted to join. There we go. Let's get that a little adjusted. So more comics. It's what we like. Here's the link. No notifications this time. See, there's something up with StreamYard. I don't know why it's not giving notifications. I wanted to tell you guys, we've got 9 of you and some of you guys who are old school Fred Gaboom fans. More importantly, old school Black Flag fans. You will recognize this name that I'm about to bring up. He has agreed to be on the show sometime in the next week. He is, in fact, in Hong Kong. None other than Mr. Pat Lee. Pat Lee was an Extreme alumni. I found him back in 1994 while doing a convention in Toronto. Saw his work, instantly said, this guy has got the goods. Showed his stuff to Rob. Anyhow, we will get into his story when he comes to visit the Couchdoodles Live. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we booked. We got a Jim in the house. What's up, Jim? How are you, man?
Doing a little bit of drawing.
Excellent. You're the Jay David? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
That's awesome. What are you working on?
I'll show you here. Just a little bit of.
Look at that. That's awesome. Need to see more of that. Need to see more. Do it again. I want to see it again.
All right.
I'm going to solo your screen so we could see it. That's great. Who is that character?
This is from, let's see, Birds of Prey.
Okay.
This is Birds of Prey. This is the last issue in the 34 that they did.
That's excellent. Now, where do you live?
I am in Naples, Florida.
Okay. Excellent. So you were south of me. That's excellent. I love Florida.
Where are you at?
I'm in Alpharetta, Georgia. So I'm
Alpharetta?
up north. Yeah, we just moved here about a year ago from California.
Very good. I just moved here from California in 2014.
Okay. Where were you when you were in California?
I was out in San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
lived about an hour south of San Francisco, and just worked out there and grew some herb, and really
It's a
enjoyed
good
it.
place to do it. It's a good place to do
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah,
one of the things I miss about California. Especially,
truly, truly.
I grew up in the Bay. So,
Oh, very nice.
yeah, so I know that neck of the woods. I also know Humboldt up north.
Area. It was great. Always going to
It's
San Francisco.
it's great, but it gets expensive.
Truly, truly. That's why I moved back this way.
Yeah. So tell me about comics, your relationship with comics, why you like comics, why you like drawing.
I've drawn my whole life. I've
Yeah.
always drawn and created and sculpted and made things out of clay, and it's all kinds of stuff. My mom said she was amazed when I was a little kid. I'd sit at the TV and I'd make stuff out of clay, but I'd make it this big, this
Yeah.
big, this big, and this big. And
Yeah.
even the small one would have as much detail as the large one would have.
What were you sculpting
So,
with, like a toothpick? What were you using?
no, actually, I had dental tools.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Were you
Yeah,
using
yeah.
Sculpey or something something else? Looks like you froze. Uh-oh.
There I am. All right.
There you are. You
Just the
froze for a
oil
second.
based.
Oil-based clay. Okay.
Yeah, the stuff that wouldn't dry up, so I could always go back and work with it and play with it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what's the artwork on the back of your wall there? What is all that behind you?
This is just my little corner here. This is my little fun corner I have here. Just a bunch of stuff.
Ooh, look at that classic Liefeld X-Force poster. I used to have that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's great.
Let's see.
Wow, good stuff.
Definitely. If you a little.
Is that a Deadpool? And
yeah, of course.
Who's below Deadpool? Who is that?
Cable.
Oh, it's Cable. Okay, I can see it better now. It was a little blurry.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
Awesome, bro. It's really nice talking with you. Really, really nice hanging out with you.
You too, man. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I just really enjoy what you draw.
Thanks,
I check it out all the time, and let me show you something that I did that really inspired me. Let me show you this one.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I remember that was based on one of the Couchdoodles. That's cool.
That was really awesome. Very nice.
Cool. Thanks, man. I have fun doing those. I've been sending out this thing that I have called the Free Flow Drawing System, and it kind of gets down to the nitty-gritty of how I'm able to do the drawing without any reference or any preconceived idea. I just go in. So what I do is
I love that. I love that because I'm sitting there watching you, and you'll put stuff way ahead of time before you even connect them. I'm like, how does he know where he's going to connect, and how do he know how to get in there?
Because I see it in my head. I see it in my head. And one of the other processes is I think of things in what's closest to my camera in my mind, and that way you draw those things first. So that's why if I have I'm already seeing stuff in my head, and it's hard to explain it. But if I see if I see a character doing a pose, let's say it's a guy with his gun down here and one coming up here, I'll draw that hand to get sort of a gauge of where that is, because that's the overlapping principle or the overlapping element on that part. But then this element up here is the major overlapper. So I make sure I take care of both of those, and those relationships inform the other ones, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, definitely. I can follow.
Yeah. I want to post the link again in the stream. Have anybody want to come in and join? So today I worked on some more He-Man, drawn a lot of characters. I'll tell you one of the characters that I have to draw. Let me see if I can hold it up to the lens. So when I say it takes 45 minutes to draw this character's boots, this is why.
Wow, definitely. Detailed.
Ornate all this stuff is. So
what character is that?
This is Skeletor. This is a version
Yeah,
of Skeletor, but you can
right.
see even like on his back, there's these vertebrae and like,
Yeah,
so yeah. When I'm deep dived in to drawing, I go crazy, and a lot of times what I'll do, like now, I end up buying the toy of things. Like this is the Cosmic Key,
right,
because all the internet reference was just flat. And it was just
right.
this angle with it closed, but I need to see it at every angle. So I'll go and buy the
Very
toy
cool.
to make sure it's super accurate. So what is your dream project? What do you hope to do with your skills?
Man, I just had fun. I just enjoy drawing and just actually, I've just picked up drawing. I haven't picked up drawing in the past maybe 20 years. I've done a few things, but just nothing serious. And I got back on Instagram and I got connected with you and
Yeah,
Rob Liefeld and Kim Jong Un, and
yeah,
just a lot of stuff, and just it's like brought me back to my drawing. So now I'm drawing every day that I can,
good.
and you know, trying to put in as much work as I can because you don't realize how much that you don't spend in it, that you can spend into the drawing because you're doing so much other stuff. But
Yeah,
you know, the drawing is where it's at. It just gets you to a relaxed state and
yeah,
being creative. I've always been creative. I've been really lucky. I've been blessed with the God-given talent.
yeah. It's funny you say the relaxing thing, because that happens with me when I'm sculpting. But I just started sculpting about a month ago.
I saw that. I noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I find it to be really relaxing, because you get into the space of the thing, and everything
the
else sort
3D
of
effect.
fades away. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lot of fun. Let's see.
You were doing good. I looked at some of your stuff. It's really nice. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're doing good.
Let's see. How does free
You,
flow style benefit you when you are not going straight to ink? Does it affect the way you pencil as well, or do you revert to drawing through things and doing it that way? That's a great question, Mike Green, and it does make perfect sense. The answer to that is that it's a hybrid. It when you see the straight to ink, it's picking the one option. It's picking the one option and sticking to it and going with it. When I'm doing stuff in pencil, what I'll do is I'll explore some of those options as I'm going, and then it helps me decide. But the other thing too is it helps me, especially when doing storyboards where I'm having to capture as many as 50 images for a sequence. It helps me capture the essence of that scene much quicker. Let's see. Uh, Jay Mohawk says, I would like to think an art demon takes over your hands. We won't tell them you made a deal with a dark one in Georgia. Then again, it could just be the herb. I can guarantee you it has nothing to do with demons. I'm a demon free dude. Uh, I'm not an herb free dude. I'm a big fan of the herbs, and I'm thankful for the herbs. Let's
definitely,
see.
definitely.
Atomic Rex says, back in a bit. Awesome. Later, Mr. Marco. I'm more relaxed during my free flow fun with pen and ink. Yeah, see, everybody has their way and their method of finding their bliss. I find sketching more relaxing than executing story sometimes, because when you sketch, um, it's like going to a salad bar. You can have whatever you want. You know, where when you have to do a story, it's like whether or not you want to draw this thing, whether or not it's you're in the mood for it, whatever, you have to do it. Can you draw Rose Tico and Kathleen Kennedy scissoring? Asks Toxic Masculinity. Man, you live up to your name. That's funny. I don't know what either of those people look like. I'm familiar with the Rose Tico because Ethan told me she's the nut shocker. That's what I know about her. Kathleen Kennedy, uh, I only know about her again from articles and things. Scissoring, I know what that is because of South Park. But my answer is no. I What? No. Can I? Yes. Will I? No. There you go.
Very funny.
That's funny stuff. So what are you drawing next?
Not really. I don't know. Let me show you something here. I turned it real nice. I got some. I just started using Copics. I've never
Yeah.
used Copics before, so I just started using Copic markers. And let me show you this.
Oh, that's awesome. Good old Die Hard.
Turned it
That
real nice.
character.
I love the Copics though.
That new that old school what's his name? Die Hard. He's come up a lot this last week. A buddy of mine, Will, he was on the other night. He found the old Extreme Studios stationery, which had Die Hard on it, which was really great. Great. Jason says, "Why aren't you going to see the new Star Wars?" I am not, and it because I didn't see the previous one, and then the one before that. I did see, but I felt like I saw it when I was a kid in '77. It just had different characters, and a less emo villain in Kylo Ren. I thought he was super emo, and I didn't understand why he was supposed to be this dark character when he just felt whiny. Maybe they moved some of the whininess from Luke to him. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm not a Star Wars is dead to me.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's
Can't
it.
say that.
Yeah, maybe Mandalorian is awesome. I have to check it out, but I enjoyed Rogue One. I enjoy New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. I enjoy some of the Clone Wars cartoons, but this new stuff, that other movie did not make me have the feels in any sort of way. So I'm
Well, I told my
not going
wife
to
the other
visit.
day that it was. I told my wife the other day that it was actually good to see a Star Wars show instead of a movie.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah.
We haven't had a live action show, I don't think. We've had animated stuff, but not
No,
live
exactly.
action.
Just movies. Just yeah, definitely. So, The Mandalorian is really quite awesome. I think you'd like it.
I can't wait. I gotta check it out. I just don't have any time to watch any TV right now. It's drawing and live streams. Someone says it's.
So, what do you do there in Georgia?
What's that?
What do you do there in Georgia?
I draw storyboards for TV shows, and I draw He-Man for DC. So I've been.
Do you do that all from your home?
Everything is from my home office, yeah, which is very fortunate. It's fortunate.
Yeah,
when I worked at Mattel, I drove 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. So I had 15 hours in my car. And after 5 years of doing that, you go, man, think of all that time I could have had to sit in my underwear.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, take it easy, Mr. Mohawk. You got to work. All right, man.
Can't believe nobody's else is doing the show.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to join the show, come on in. You guys are welcome. I think Mr. Milton, Michael Milton, should be coming in today, honestly. If he's still here, he's one of our admins. But today is his birthday. So I almost feel like he needs to have some birthday time up on the thing. But okay. What was the comic that got you into comic collecting?
The new mutants. I can't even say it. The new mutants.
Okay.
Yeah, and then X-Force.
Oh, okay. So the Liefeld stuff. So that was
truly. Liefeld is what got me into it. Yeah, really. Back in '91 when I went to college. I fell in love with stuff. Went to the comic book stores, grabbed all this stuff, and and then like I said, for the past 20 years, I've not done any collecting or anything like it. So I've just started collecting again. I've got all the X-Force and New Mutants. Got them back again. Where I had sold them before, I had sold them. And it's so silly. I'd sold them for such a small amount. When I look back on them, I'm like, God, what was I thinking? At the time, I was collecting. Yeah, exactly.
Buying them back is so expensive. Mike Green is up in the house, and his connection looks awesome. You're on a computer right now, aren't you?
No, this is a phone.
Yeah, wow, your signal is good. You're not all like the last time. It was all stuttery and stuff. How you
I'm near
doing,
my
Mr. Green?
I'm just near my booster box. I think it's like pumping up the volume
What do you
on
say,
it.
Mr. Green? How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hold on a second. My phone just died out. Hold on. There we go. There we are. The phone. I went to turn the volume up so I can hear you guys better, and then I hit the power button. Good times.
Big
Gotta
finger.
have gotta have those tech issues. Uh, so Mike, you hit me up today in the email about starting a group on Facebook, and I want to tell you I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think it would be good because I know a couple of people have said that in the chats too. Like, it would be
Yeah,
good for us to have a spot to get together when the stream's not on and
sure.
just kind of chat about stuff or do whatever. And I've been a part of that, like the Rob Liefeld group for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, what from before we were on Facebook, from back when we were on like Malar World back in like 2002, 2003,
Wow, that's
and
crazy.
yeah, and then we went to Hero Realm, and then we went to his own server, and then now it's all social media, of course.
Yeah,
But that group has grown organically to way bigger since the
sure.
social media days, and pretty much Terry Sala, he runs that. He's like the admin and
Yeah,
everything, and
yeah, I
he kind of like,
recognize him.
yeah, he puts stuff up all the time, and then a lot of people just put stuff up, and he just kind of moderates it. They do all kinds of competitions now and stuff because it's
Yeah,
grown to the point where there's just people all over the world on there,
yeah.
So it would just be a cool thing to be able to, when there's not a stream going on or whatever, to still just be able to get in there and chat about stuff on a daily basis. I
We're
think
gonna
it'd be
have
great.
tons to chat about soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
January is got a lot of stuff coming in January.
Nice.
That's the stuff, and trying to work out when to start showing Black Flag imagery. That
Mm.
sort of stuff. Kevlar's in the house. Mr. W's in the house. Uh, I wonder where Mr. Milton went. It's his birthday today. Maybe he stopped in and said hello, but it's his birthday today. Let's see. Toxic masculinity. What does he say? Baby Yoda equals Muppet Babies 2.0. Why baby versions as a death throw to save a franchise equals simple science primarily oxytocin 5 and brain dopamine dumps from images of babies.
Wow.
That's a very interesting take. Uh, I mean, it seems like there's something to it. I was
Yeah.
talking to Matt Yackey yesterday. We had a signing, and we were talking about how neither of us could give any damns about the Star Wars stuff, but that the
Yeah.
Mandalorian is getting good reviews, and so much so that people are saying that it feels like old Star Wars. It's the first
Yeah.
time it's felt like old Star Wars. And he said, "Oh,
Right.
that's all,
Yeah.
all part of this plan." He said it's the plan to abandon all the cinematic stuff and port it all over to streaming, which is kind of interesting.
I'm good with that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's uh it's only 3 episodes in, but it's already probably in my top 5 favorite shows of all time. Just
Mhm.
and
Wow.
I'm not super into all the new Star Wars stuff. I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
okay, but
Yeah.
this is way more. I was saying earlier in the comments, it's way more Western than it is samurai.
That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say too. It's kind of the
Yeah,
different Western feel to it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like gunslingers and stuff like that,
Hmm.
rather than um, like I think the original trilogy is really Western. It's like you're going in the cantina. You're going down just like it's kind of the old West. It's a spaghetti
Yeah.
Western, and then there's some samurai elements, some stuff from like the Kurosawa films and stuff like that. But then when they did the prequels, they went like full samurai slash political, and they kind of
Yes.
abandoned the cowboy stuff. Like there
Yeah.
was no more like old West anymore,
Right.
and so the new movies are kind of a little bit of both, but not enough to the Western. I
Right.
think what John Favreau did is he was just like, "Nah, we're making this a Western," and
Right.
he almost is like saying like, "There's no samurai stuff in this. Like, we're just not doing it."
Yeah. What's interesting though is that some of the best westerns are literally samurai movies turned western.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Right.
which is really a trip. Leg Kick says you're a bit muffled. Is your mic? Where's your mic at?
Who, me?
Yes, Mr. Green.
It's just my phone. So
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just looking at my phone here.
All good. I can hear you fine, but I know what he's
Yeah.
talking about. Now,
Yeah.
you said it was in your top 5. What's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show probably is The Sopranos.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's up there.
Sopranos. I like Breaking Bad a
That's my
lot.
number one. That's my number
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's,
What do you
that's
think of
such.
the new movie?
I haven't been able to watch it, dude. Like I said,
Oh,
I in the morning, which is probably the most TV I get to see, which is about maybe 45 minutes. It's Sesame Street and Pinky Dinky Doo.
that's just as good. That's just as good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and then I come down here and I draw. I just draw nonstop, and then I eat. I pick my kids up. I eat something. I work. I go upstairs. I come back down here. I work. Then I turn the stream on. I stream, and then I go to bed, and then I watch Peaky Dicky Doo when I wake up. That's it. That's
It's
it.
high quality entertainment. I used to, when my kids were really little,
Yeah.
we'd put on Curious George or
Yeah.
whatever, and then I'd be sitting there watching it with them, and then all of a sudden, I wouldn't even notice. They'd be out of the room, and I'm like, "What's gonna happen with George here?" Like I'm like sitting there,
It
"We gotta see
happens.
the end."
My Brianna and I, that my wife, we used to have kid TV on in the evening before the kids went to bed, and then we'd put them to bed and be so tired and do the same thing, just like this song is hilarious, like it's Yo Gabba Gabba. There's not even story, you're just like, you're like,
For me, it's
second.
SpongeBob. I've got a 6-year-old daughter.
There you go. Yeah, SpongeBob is the trick.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, kids are crazy. They make us see things in new lights. So I have a question today that I decided I wanted to ask. That's why I wanted to call it group talk. And it's this: what is your favorite way to get story? What is your favorite way to get story? Matt Yackey's in the house. What up, Matt Yackey?
Well, hello, everybody. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing well, man. I'm asking the question.
Jim, Mike, how you doing?
What is your favorite way to get story?
To get story.
Yeah. Do you like?
Is that metaphor for something, or is?
Right. I like getting booty.
Hey, you got any stories?
Yeah, man. I got some cliffhanger shit.
Well, I don't know. You asking me now, or do you want to guys?
No, I'm asking the group. Like, my favorite way to get story is sadly it's audiobooks. That's my favorite way.
Audiobooks are fantastic.
And I'm realizing for me it boils down to how much time I have in my day. The only comic reading I do is on the toilet. I know that's too much information, but like that's literally the only comic reading time I get.
Oh, good. It's honest.
Yeah.
That's my Facebook time.
Yeah, and then the rest of my day is spent looking at something, actively looking at something. So I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah, audiobooks are good. I get podcasts occasionally here and there. There's a few that I listen to.
Yeah.
I don't watch any. I watch almost no TV, no scripted television anyway.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how I get. I mean, the only way I get stories are from the scripts that I read when I'm coloring a book.
There you go.
Because I don't have time to sit and read books, comic books. But audiobooks are fantastic because I can listen to them while I'm working, which is exactly what I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you, actually.
What are you coloring right now?
Page 2 of 3.
Oh, so you have King Rat or General Rattler. Hordak.
I would love to. Yeah, I can't. I shouldn't say yes.
No, I know it's not too spoilery, but
no, character wise, but there's things going on with with. It's too deep to get into.
Okay.
Too inside
I get a
story.
lot of stories from YouTube.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so it's stuff that I'm interested in. I look it up, or just put it on and listen to it while I'm doing other things.
Yes.
What are some
Bigfoot
of your
shows.
favorites?
What's
What are
that?
some of your favorites? What are some of your favorites, Jim?
Oh, I look up a lot of stuff. I like a lot of Bigfoot stuff. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Me too. There's some good stuff out there.
Oh, there
So-
is, man. There's some really great stuff, and
Sasquatch
it's
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sasquatch
See,
Chronicles is a fantastic website.
I'm from Kentucky originally, so there's a lot of stories where I'm from.
Oh yeah.
I always thought he was a Oregon, Washington sort of squatch.
He's
He's a
almost every
North.
state
Hey, man.
in the union.
Yeah,
He's all over the world.
yeah.
He's global.
Why?
Every-
But now that we have cameras in our pockets, why haven't we found him?
Well, try and get a picture of a moving car accident as it's happening. It's not going to happen.
Oh, so he's
It'll happen
interdimen-
one
he's-
day. It'll happen
You're
one
saying
day.
he's interdimensional? He moves.
No. I know.
Hey, listen. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. My wife thinks that.
Yeah, maybe that's what's happening.
You just don't know, but they're elusive, incredibly.
Is he? Is he a? Hold on. Oh, look at Kevlar says not a single sighting in Oregon. Not a single sighting.
Yeah, right. He's full of shit.
Lutzen story. That's my poison. Says Rooster Puncher. Story
Ludes.
suppositories. You guys do stories. Yeah.
Good way.
Yeah. I mean, man, I think Sasquatches are awesome. My favorite is the Wendigo, or however you say. Is it Wendigo? Is it Wendigo?
I always said it
Wendigo, yeah, the Wendigo, yeah.
I like him. I like the way Todd McFarlane drew him.
Whence comes the Wendigo?
That's
That was that was what issue was that? What book was that? That was a
Amazing, or no, adjective
Wolverine?
was Spider-Man. Yeah, it had Wolverine in it, but it was McFarlane.
okay.
Yeah. What does Chubb's Night mean? What does that mean, Justin? Chubb's Night. Chubb's Night. That sounds like
Good.
it could be like
Right.
at a roller rink, right? Friday night,
yeah.
Chubb's Night.
That's nice. You can escape
yeah.
for free.
What's up, Luke? How are you, man? We have room for 2 more people in the chat if they want to join in. The Chubb's Night sounds awesome. Same here in Washington, even though there's a bar dedicated to Bigfoot. But does he ever show up? What if they offered him free drinks? Free. Hey, you know what, Bigfoot? Whatever you want. What does he eat? Does he eat vegetables or is he eating carcass? And if he's eating meat, where are the remnants? Or is he like the predator where he just...
There's actually there
A lot of
are
questions.
remains because it's said that they particularly like deer, hunt
Okay.
deer. Well,
That's convenient.
yes. Well, yeah. If you're in a forest, it definitely helps. but there are deer kills that where their legs are like just snapped off because there are reports of Sasquatch actually they snap their legs, so you can't run away if your legs are snapped. Now, what part of them they eat, I have no idea.
Oh my God!
Sasquatch
Oh my God.
is a deep rabbit hole that's awesome.
Do they sleep? I mean, I want
sure
to
they
believe.
do.
Believe me, I
In
want
another
to
dimension.
believe. I have more belief in sea creatures that we haven't seen than I do than someone who's up in the wilderness. I believe in chupacabra.
I don't think there's someone.
Chupacabra. Yeah.
Luke is in the house. What's up, Luke?
What up, Froggy Boom?
How are you?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Boom. What's up?
Good.
No?
Luke.
Just seeing the picture of the deer get splayed open the way you did it, Matt.
That's right. We
Rip
can't run no
off.
more.
We're having Turkey Day. We're having Turkey Day on Thursday.
Reminds me of a Cannibal Corpse song.
Wait, you know what, Matt? If you're here, no, you're gonna. You guys have to head out, which is too bad. I was gonna say we could do a Thanksgiving stream.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do it earlier. Maybe Thanksgiving we'll do it earlier. We call it the just had turkey hangout. I don't know.
Very good.
I've heard
Call it the
Bigfoot's.
tryptophan stream.
Yeah.
Oh man. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday because it's got all the good stuff. You know, and my wife, she calls it Baconsgiving because she manages to put bacon in everything except for the pumpkin pie. I don't know how she does it.
Nice.
Matt's
You
going to
could-
be experiencing it.
This
You
year
could-
we're wrapping our turkey in bacon.
That's correct.
We could infuse the whipped cream with bacon.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
How do we do that?
Bacon whipped cream.
There'd be a way. There's a way.
No. There's a way to do it.
With the bacon, with the bacon
We get
grease.
bacon and everything.
Bacon grease.
Bacon grease in the cream, and then whip the cream.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you who's a maestro. Every time I see him post any picture of food, is Mike Green. I don't know what you're doing with your barbecue, dude, and your sweet chop knife. That angle. Every time it makes me go crazy. The other day I had some beef that maybe you'd like. Let me see if it's on my photo stream. Hopefully it is. If it's not, that's a bummer. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Here it is, right here. I can hold it up to the camera. That right there.
Oh yeah, that's done right.
Oh.
It's A5 Japanese Wagyu,
Yeah.
and it costs way more than it should have. But every bite was like,
Worth it.
yeah, every bite's like dying and being born at the same time.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Nice.
I mean, that's worth it then.
I've got beef ribs smoking right now on a Traeger.
Hey, Dan,
Oh.
check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, rad. You know
Hi.
who owns that one is Kim Jong-gi. He owns that one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, Mike,
Very cool.
how far are you from Benicia?
Well, I'm in Castro Valley.
Right.
So,
Is that about an
Oh,
hour?
wow.
Yeah, an hour probably. Yeah.
Because I'm
I
gonna
used to live in Tracy.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be in Benicia on December 6th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
There's a comic book signing. There's a store in Benicia, and they're doing like a tree lighting thing.
Oh, nice. Is that
Yeah.
a Saturday? December
It's a
6th?
Friday. It's a Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they still have the Garden of Eden in Castro Valley?
What's the Garden of Eden in Castro Valley? What is that?
That would be a no.
It was one of the best dispensaries I found.
Oh, a dispensary?
Yeah, it was a dispensary. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not allowed to.
He's a law
Dispensary.
enforcement officer.
He's
Yeah.
a yeah. So
Very
I
cool,
follow
very cool.
the federal laws as well. So
Which is a bummer, man. It's a bummer because it makes
Yeah.
the steak taste even better.
yeah, I bet.
Which if you
Makes lots of things
impossible.
taste even better.
Yeah. Have you ever had a steak? Have you ever had a steak on weed?
Yeah.
Is it
I've
perfectly
been to
seasoned?
Castro Valley a lot. I really liked Castro Valley.
Castro Valley's nice. I miss the Bay.
Yeah.
I miss the Bay.
I used to go to Castro Valley for bonsais. I collect bonsais.
Oh, do you? Man, I love
Yeah.
bonsai trees. I think they're the coolest. Do you cut them too?
Hey, yeah, I trim them and do them all the roots and everything. But there's a little Asian guy there, and I swear he's the original Mr. Miyagi. I swear he's been there for 40-some years.
He might be. You never know, man. These screenwriters find inspiration in the most mundane places.
You never know
From real
because he'd been there for a lot of years.
So how was local comic shop day for you, Fraga?
Well, it was fun. Matt and we did a store
Oh,
signing.
you were there
up
too,
here.
Matt? That's awesome.
Yeah, we did a
Right on.
signing, and we got to meet some fans and
yeah.
be able to see a lot of local flair. I ended up picking up a Spawn toy that I didn't even know existed, and then
Let's see it.
okay, I'll get it. In fact, I don't know. I want to find out from you guys if it's okay to take out of the package, because I'm that guy. I'm the guy who takes stuff out of the package. This one,
That's a toy.
yeah,
Nice. I'll do it.
Oh, nice.
yeah. It's from 2001, which I didn't know because I thought it was new, but I really like.
I mean, it looks pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the proportions of the figure and everything. I thought it was really cool, so I picked that up. Matt Yackey got to go to the back issue section. Found what'd you find? I remember you found a really cool graphic novel.
Yes, I picked up X-Men God Loves Man Kills graphic novel.
Oh, yes.
Had to.
I love that one.
I didn't have my original with me when I moved, so I got to get it.
Rooster Puncher asks if Mike is a cop. Yes. In fact, what's awesome is he's a total badass, and I put you in that music video as the man. Wasn't that from 12 years ago?
Right. And then he took it seriously.
Yeah, and then he became the man.
And
That's what we call method acting.
I know.
It's awesome. No,
comics.
it's good. You know what? I think it's great. I
Open it.
have a lot of family in law enforcement, and I respect the good ones. You know, I've had my share of the bad ones, but I respect the good ones.
You got to appreciate the good ones.
Oh hell yeah! All right, Spawn's coming out.
Very good.
Akuma said, "Whip it out." So I said, "Okay." I hope he meant the toy. I hope he meant the. Excuse me.
Yeah, he clarified. He clarified.
Okay, good.
And Kuma says Cannibal Corpse is going to be playing near him on the 27th. Dude, go see them. They're awesome.
Who's Cannibal Corpse? Who is that?
Cannibal Corpse? You ever seen the original Ace Ventura, the first one?
Yes.
Remember that band that he jumps up on stage with at the club?
Yeah.
That's Cannibal Corpse. It is Jim Carrey's favorite band. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cannibal Corpse.
Oh yeah, Hammer Smash Face is what they were playing.
Nice.
Chains and spikes.
That's a lot of chains.
Sweet.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with them. I think these are designed to stay in the package. As soon as I took it out, it was like, this is what I get when I take it out.
It's all
gotta be more
floppy.
careful, Dan.
It gets floppy and hangs down.
Yeah. Well,
It
I don't even know what to say about that.
Just gonna let it lay there.
Yeah, let's just move on. Let's talk about stories.
I do want to talk about stories. So, for the group and for the Frega Boombox, I want to find out what's your favorite kind of story. I'm not talking about genre. I'm talking like, is it a redemption story? Is it a revenge story? Is it a feel-good story? What are your favorite kind of stories? Like, the reason I ask is because while I was working today, I was watching Shawshank Redemption. And it's my favorite movie, and I was asking the question.
It is a good one.
Why do I like it so much? And I realized it's because you see Andy Dufresne go through so much shit that when he finally wins, we feel like we win too. So I love redemption stories.
Do you know who wrote that story?
That would be Stephen King.
Have you read the story?
The Rita Hayworth one? Yeah, it's different. Red is an Irishman. He really is an Irishman.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's definitely. The movie's great. The story's even better.
It's part of 4 seasons, right? Like 4 seasons and other short stories. It's got like a bunch of short stories. It was a short story.
Yeah,
but,
it was part of an anthology of short stories for sure.
Yeah.
I want to say the Green Mile was included in that one. I could be wrong though.
Green Mile was fantastic.
Yeah, it's the only book that we can keep of his in the store because nobody buys it because it makes everyone cry. Everyone.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
The Green Mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's
okay,
really
you go
good.
watch The Green Mile and tell me if you don't have tears in your eyes by the end of it. Seriously.
I think I saw it once.
Matt Yackey doesn't cry though. You have to understand that.
Sealed up the tear ducts, did he?
No tear ducts.
I don't think he was born with them at all.
Oh, well. Aren't you lucky?
That's right. No tear ducts.
He's the guy I turn to when I need emotional fortitude.
Did you ever watch The Mist? That was another one of Stephen King's stories.
And that was
directed
also
by
Darabont. Yeah, that was Darabont.
Yeah.
I did see it. There's an actress in that I
Adrienne
don't like.
Barbeau? Is that old one? The Mist? The old one? Is that a
No.
old movie? No, I'm thinking of The Fog. I'm thinking of
The Fog. Yeah.
That's the one
Yeah,
I'm thinking of too. I'm thinking of The Fog also.
No, this
Hey
is,
Dan, I
this
got a
has,
question for you.
Yes, Jim. What's up?
On the bottom of your drawings, you have these numbers.
Yep, those are the dates.
Is that the date?
Those are the dates
so,
that I drew them in.
Okay. All
So
right,
if you see like 2/24/15, that's February of 2015.
This one's 11/15/15. So is in 15.
November 15th of 2015. Exactly.
Very good.
You
Very
got
good.
Hero's Journey Overcoming the Extreme, says Drawn Sword Graphics. That is a very popular one. Akuma says, some of my favorites are where the hero gets his ass handed to him the whole time but triumphs at the end. Give me your favorite one of those, Akuma. Like, for me, it would be, well, I guess he didn't triumph at the end, but when I look at Old Boy, or if I look at, like, Kung Fu Hustle.
Wait, Old Boy, is that
Kung Fu Hustle.
which one is Old Boy? Because I'm
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
You're on live? What is that
He is
at?
online.
This is a
We're on
Fragaboom.
YouTube. We're on YouTube right now.
We're on YouTube right now. Live. Fragaboom.
That's
Wait,
right.
people can see you?
Yeah.
People can see you.
Yep.
the world is looking.
Yeah.
Looking right at you.
This is Gemma.
Hello, Gemma. How are you?
Hello.
Excellent. Yeah, old Boy's a good one.
Which one is Old Boy?
It's the one where the guy he gets locked into he gets kidnapped and locked into a room for 15 years.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. All right. I already know. That's that was a tough one. That was almost as rough as Irreversible.
Happiness. Oh, or Happiness.
Happiness was uncomfortable. Irreversible was painful to watch. It was a fantastic film, but that really messed with you. If you remember that one.
Yeah, I do.
Monica Bellucci.
I can't forget Monica Bellucci.
Oh,
we bonded over our mutual respect for that woman.
Who can?
Yeah, she's a fancy lady. This says Thomas Jane Punisher did a good job with. He gets stomped for a lot of the movie, heavy ups and downs. That sounds fun. That sounds fun.
Yeah, the Thomas Jane Punisher was pretty good.
Tell me, what is the worst comic book movie in your opinion?
Batman and Robin.
With the nipples. That's up there.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Mike Green, your mic is totally gone.
Where'd you go, Mike Green?
See, it goes on. It's off now, and then it's on now, but there was no volume. But no. I can't hear you. I can read your lips, but I read your lips saying Catwoman.
That's right.
Nice.
I forgot about that one. I blocked that one out.
Yeah.
The worst. I'm trying to think because I haven't seen very many of them. Comic book movies turn me into the guy that
shots fired
better than the movies.
Ang Lee's Hulk was pretty bad.
He's gone.
Tom King saw Batman and Robin and said Batman comics need more nipples.
Need more nipples.
Of course, good.
Yeah. It looked like Mike Green dropped out.
Ang Lee's Hulk was pretty bad. Although, wasn't that was the one with Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, that was the one with Jennifer Connelly.
So that gets a win. That's a win.
Yeah, it gets a pass at least.
Mike's back.
It gets a tolerable.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you. It's still low volume, but we can hear you.
That's weird.
Yeah.
If I talk like this, is it low volume?
No, it's the same. But But that was your hair, your perfect hair talking.
Yeah.
That's right. Look at that.
Oh,
Nice.
look at this. Nick Fury by David
David
Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff, Nick Fury movie. What?
My
But
goodness.
the Hoff, I don't know.
Howard the Duck. Okay, let's talk about
No.
Howard the Duck.
That
Okay,
was fantastic.
I liked it as a kid. I bought the movie.
I did too.
I bought
too,
the
yeah.
movie, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that's Marty McFly's mom fucking a duck.
Oh no.
I don't know
That
if they ever
happened.
get down to the ring.
That was
God
fantastic.
damn. Fuck a duck.
Yeah, exactly. That's where the term comes from. Fuck a duck.
It must
Right.
have. From Cleveland. But yeah, Howard the Duck was not a good one. Okay.
I haven't seen it since it
God.
came out.
How about
Rooster Puncher
this?
just
Are they going to make
mentioned
another
Lundgren
Green
Punisher.
Lantern?
Green
what
Lantern. Green Lantern. Green
Lundgren
Lantern.
as Punisher. We can't talk bad about Dolph Lundgren. I have love for Dolph Lundgren.
I didn't much like Green Lantern. Yeah.
He didn't even have the Punisher skull on his shirt. You know, it was just on his knife. It was
Yeah.
bad.
That
Lundgren's
is-
great.
No.
Like Showdown in Little Tokyo, Lundgren. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Aquaman.
Even the Masters of the Universe movie, it still has a special place in my
Aquaman.
heart. As goofy as
Aquaman.
it is.
Call
Okay.
me Ocean Master.
Oh
Call
God.
me Ocean
Yeah.
Master. That's where I came in. I was eating something, and turned it on to watch while I was eating, just to put on. And it's the dude standing there. Call me Ocean Master. It's fucking stupid. It was
Okay,
so
Let's
stupid.
let's shift gears into the positive.
Yes.
I want to hear.
Yes.
I want to hear best comic book movie and why. I'm gonna say Winter Soldier. Captain
That's
America.
what I was just thinking.
Yeah, Captain America, Winter Soldier. For nostalgic reasons, I'll say '89 Batman. It doesn't hold up, but I'll say nostalgia reasons, '89 Batman. But as far as movies that captivated me as a movie, that thrilled me, that made me catch my breath while I watched it the first time, Winter Soldier, hands down.
Winter Soldier is for me as well. It's I think it's easily one of the best constructed of all the Marvel movies, just because it's a good spy thriller, and it just happens to have superheroes in it.
Yes. Oh, and then Crow.
I love
Crow is a
Deadpool.
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deadpool.
The Crow
Deadpool's
is
a lot
for
of
my
fun.
nostalgia one.
Yeah, Crow is that's tough because I haven't seen all the comic book movies, so it's hard to say which is the best.
Deadpool,
Crow is really good though.
Like
Deadpool.
yeah, like Jim was saying, I like both Deadpools.
Yeah, both of them are good.
There's a flavor to that fourth wall, self-aware humor that really works, and Ryan Reynolds is perfect for that.
Yeah, he pulled it off, and I enjoyed it. I laughed continuously through that, and my girlfriend enjoyed it too. And that was after the debacle of X-Men Apocalypse, what was it? Superman, Batman,
Oh God!
right in a row. I was like, I'm sorry, I won't take her to another comic book film ever again because
I have to be honest. The Batman versus Superman, I haven't even seen the whole thing. My first watching or attempt at watching it was on cable television, and when Clark Kent gets into the bathtub with Lois, he's got like groceries, and he like walks into the bathtub and gets in with her, and they have like a frolic. I was like, this is pure fucking garbage. Like, it's just like it doesn't belong for me. And it was a flavor thing. It's almost like your spidey sense goes off of like, nah, this is not going to be good. Run, you know.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, it was terrible on every level.
Yeah. The only good part of that movie
Especially Ben Affleck.
was Ben Affleck getting to finally be Batman and throw down in the warehouse.
Yeah.
That was the only good part of that movie. The rest of it is complete tripe.
I didn't even see it. What were you saying, Mike?
True.
Oh, I walked out of the theater of Batman, Superman.
You walked out. That says a lot.
Oh, man.
Smart.
If
Yeah.
Mike Green walks out,
Yeah.
you know you're bad.
You know it's bad.
And
Yeah.
my favorite way to get a story is films. I like to
Film.
watch movies.
Yeah.
So if it's not catching me at all, and I'm 20 minutes in a movie, I'm like, I'm not
Okay.
wasting my time.
Here's a question I ask everybody to see.
Yeah.
This is how I vet anybody. Doesn't matter if they're my own child. Okay. Have you seen Clifford with Charles Grodin and Martin Short? And if so, did you like it or hate it?
I've seen it, but
Holy
is that
hell.
I remember seeing that. What did that come out? Probably in like '92 or something like that.
About 94.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I think I saw it in theaters, and I think I enjoyed it in the theater. I think I laughed. I can't remember the movie at all, but I think I liked it.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but
I've never,
I've not seen it either.
I've never gritted my teeth so hard and been so mad at a screen as much as that singular movie.
Clifford. Yeah, I have issues with Charles Grodin anyway.
Yeah.
It's not Charles Grodin. It was Martin Short. He plays an 8-year-old kid who's like a problem. He's like a problem
No, thank
child.
you.
I have never seen that.
Okay, do yourself a favor and see it so you can experience.
It's
This
so
is
it's like
awful. Go watch it.
Martin Short's character when that Saturday Night Live skit with Buck Henry, where they're doing the swimming, the synchronized swimming. Do you remember that?
No.
Yep.
Oh, you guys. So I'm guessing it was an entire movie of that, essentially.
Dude, it was a
Truly, it was,
movie
yeah.
of unwatchable. And if I would I saw it in the theater when it came out with a group of friends, and I happened to be the ride. And
no.
so I wanted to leave. They were like, no, hang out. So I stayed. I've never been so upset. I've walked out of movies. This one I would have ran out of and burned the building down. But
looking at the movie poster, he looks like the dude from Mad TV. He was like, "Look what I can do."
Yeah, it's this, with his little dinosaur. He blamed everything on Stefan, his plastic dinosaur. It wasn't me. It was Stefan.
Oh, boy.
Shit. So
I think I liked it. I think I laughed at it. I remember
know what?
now that you're talking about it.
Mike Green, man. I knew you couldn't be perfect. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah. But I was probably like 14 when I saw it. So
yeah, that might be it.
Humor.
Because when I saw that might be what it is. Because I was a man who could enjoy alcohol at that point.
Right.
And I tried to watch it again. It came on cable, and here it was like a good 20 years after. And I said, you know what? I'm going to be a man about this. I'm going to try to watch it again. I couldn't make it 20 minutes. Yeah. I was screaming at my television. Fuck you! I was screaming at the television. Okay. Kevlar says, I can't share in this discussion. Sorry, Kevlar. Sorry about that, man. We went off topic because when Mike Green said I walked out of, I was like, this triggered my.
What was the original question? What? Oh, the best.
Your very favorite comic book movie and why?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, and I probably would be Deadpool 1 because it was. Yeah. It came at the end of such a huge string of disappointments.
Yeah,
and
especially for Fox.
Yeah, and it made me. I enjoyed it just on every level. It was fun. Trying to think. There's probably some older. Blade was fantastic.
Blade is up there.
Back in the day, there's older
Blade
stuff.
Good on its own, even not knowing if it's a comic movie or not. Like if you
That's
didn't
right.
know, if you're just like, I'm just watching this as a movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
that was David Goyer, right? Or he wrote that one. Who directed that one?
Tim Miller.
Ooh.
You're talking
No,
about
not Deadpool.
No, Blade.
Talking about Blade.
Blade. Sorry, man. I'm like, I'm in 50 places at once.
Popeye.
Yeah, Tim Miller did do the first Deadpool. That was totally perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. No, Popeye was fantastic.
Popeye.
Shit, I forgot about that one too.
You're talking about
Robin Williams. Robin Williams.
I'm thinking about Shelley Duvall, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Thinking about Shelley Duvall.
Olive oil.
Who's I don't know if you guys have kept up with her career. Did you know she kind of lost her mind and turned into a recluse? And it was really weird. I forgot what I saw it on, but it was like a documentary thing. It was really weird.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
Hey, can I ask you guys a question about the He-Man book?
Yes.
I want to show you a panel here, and I want to ask: is this? When I got to this panel, I was like,
I'm gonna
"Oh,
solo
wow,
you out so I can see it.
that looks really cool." This one right here, the rendering and the coloring on her right there.
Yeah.
For some reason, when I got to this page, I was like, "Oh man, that looks clean." Like that looks really. I'm not sure what it is about it, but there's something about that image right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's negative. It's anti Tila.
Yeah.
So the way that she and anti He-Man were treated were less is better. So in regard to the color and also like detail, they wanted more black. They wanted
I can also touch on the color if you. Yeah, show it again. Pull that up again.
I mean the color and the black rendering too, like how deep the blacks are.
Yeah,
it's
here's
a really
the difference.
Strong image.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you like it, and that's interesting because that was the very first page I colored of the book. They wanted some preview pages, so
interesting.
I did like 3 random pages in the book that they wanted. That was the first one, and that character, there were specific things that they wanted and didn't want with their look, the anti-He-Man look, and they made me change that to the way it looks now. Well, I made it the way it looks now. Essentially, they wanted it just white, and that's what I've done with He-Man, anti-He-Man throughout the other ones. Is essentially he's just white because he's supposed to be all negative, right? So it's a little weird to make it look that way. That figure is airbrushed more. If you look, you'll see the lines, but the white fades the way it fades into the black pretty fast.
Yes,
it's more airbrushed. Yeah, it's more airbrushed than He-Man. He-Man is just filled in white with lines. Yeah, see, that's what He-Man was. That's the reference I had.
This is the reference I was drawing from. So I thought he would have a little color in him, you know.
Yeah, and I think I can pull up the. Oh no, I don't have the reference they sent me. But yeah, it's a slightly different style that I colored her in because I kept the airbrush the airbrushy look to her for the most part. Perhaps I'll go back that way. I'll take a look, see how it works. But yeah, so that's what it was. That was the very first page I colored of that book, and I didn't even know exactly what everything was going to look like, so I had to go back and tweak some things once the book was finished to make it fit a little bit better.
Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So for show news, I reached out to 4 people today and heard back from 1. Mm-hmm. So I reached out to comic book artist Jock, Raphael Grandpa, Chris Claremont, and Pat Lee. The guy who got back to me was Pat Lee. So Pat Lee is going to be a guest on the show in the next week or 2. He's coming out of Hong Kong, so it'll be like 10 a.m. for him and 9 p.m. for us. But Pat is an old friend and part of Black Flag history, and a lot of people have been asking, hey, what's up with Pat Lee? What's he been doing? So I thought that would be a good one. The other guys, I don't know Jock. I don't know Raphael. I met Chris Claremont for the first time a couple months ago.
I'm pretty sure Chris Claremont's out of town at a convention right now.
He is. He's in Orange.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So I've reached out to all of them.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. No, that's the
you
thing.
didn't meet. You never met Chris Claremont at the WonderCon '96. He was right across from you guys where your booth was. He was like directly across.
I didn't. That's the weird thing is a lot of times at conventions, even if I hear certain people will be there, and now I have regrets. I was completely scared of meeting Frank Frazetta, so I never met him because I was afraid of meeting him because I'd heard stories that you could either get nice Frank or mean Frank, and I didn't want to meet mean Frank. And then Jean Gerard Mobius, I just was terrified, and I didn't say hello to him. And both of them have since passed, and I regret it. But that was one of the things. It's like I might have gone, "Oh, Chris Claremont's there. I better not talk to him." You know?
Chris Claremont is the entire reason that I love comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably wouldn't have stuck with a lot of the books that I did if it weren't for Chris Claremont.
Yeah, I would throw David Michelini in there too.
He's good. Yeah. There's good, but the initial story that got me into comics was X-Men, and it was his X-Men, and how long did that last? How many years did that go on? And it was just his overall, the writing of everything overall. I loved his stuff.
Kevlar says, "How can my friend share a meal with Mr. Green yet not be on this show?" Well, no, he's not avoiding us. Rob's a busy guy. I basically have to call and text him 5 or 6 times to get a hold of him.
Prepare him.
Yeah, he's a busy dude. I've already interviewed him for this show, so that's coming in the new year. So we'll have a Liefeld interview. Getting him on live, we'll see. I've asked him. I haven't heard back from him, but a lot of times he's very accommodating. So you never know.
That'd be great.
You never know.
I've got a discussion for you guys.
Sure, Jim. What's up?
I just picked up Spawn 298 and 299, and I've not picked up a Spawn since the 90s, since they were new. And man, these 2 comics are horrible.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Did you get
I don't know.
Did you get?
I just flipping through it.
There's 302.
No, I didn't get. Yeah.
I got my 302 right here.
Yeah. It's good.
But I don't know. I don't like the layout. It doesn't look like comic books anymore.
Really?
Are you talking about Jason Alexander's stuff?
I don't know. It's just stuff I saw.
Who did?
I think that's just been penciling it. Yeah.
Okay, because issue 300 had a lot. You needed to. You reminded me of the guy drilling who gives up. That if he drilled 1 more inch, he'd find the gold mine. Like 300 is where it's at, you know.
300 had some stellar stuff. It was nice to see J. Scott Campbell do some interiors again.
Exactly.
Cool.
Lake Hicks says Roy Thomas and Marv Wolfman brought many into comics. Those are the 2 other guys. And obviously Stan Lee, Frank Miller.
Frank Miller. Frank Miller.
Frank Miller. We could, Matt, you and I need to do a show, a Frank Miller show, where you and I go back and forth because we both have tremendous love for him, but we are coming from different places.
Yes, we should do that, and I will put a little slideshow together of a bunch of movies. Well, we'll let's work on that.
Okay,
Let me tell you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's Jason Alexander Wayshack, I believe, or no.
From Seinfeld?
No. What's his name?
I don't know.
I always mess
I don't know.
up.
It just didn't look good. I don't know. It just didn't look good.
You need to get 300 and 301 because those have the good art. Because I understand, Jim, I completely understand where you're coming from because you had left and came back. And that's a big jolt. Yeah, that's like jumping into a tub of
I agree.
Water. Yeah.
What it looks like to me, it looks like they're like computerized pictures made into comic book pictures.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
They did that over in Europe. I think it's called fumetti. Is what they call that. Taking pictures and turning them into panels and whatnot. No, I think he's just going for like a kind of a Bill Sienkiewicz kind of style. That kind of almost ethereal feel. You know, making it very noir at the same time. At least that's how it always came across.
And I was hoping that they wouldn't do that for the 300 or the 301 because it was such a big thing, the 300 to 301, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll have to check those out.
And
well, 300 is good. 300 is good. It's, I'm trying to see if it's on, I know it's on my spinner rack back there.
I remember looking at it over there.
There, it's over this way. There's some.
You know who? Hey, let me ask you guys: are you guys coming to Florida anytime soon?
What's that? Say that again. You broke up.
I said, are you going to come to Florida anytime soon? Is there anything going on down here?
I'll
bring you down here.
I will be in Florida my brain is a funny brain. I'm going to find out again what it is. It's either March or May. I need to look at the. That's a Pat Lee message. It's called Superfan Con, and it's March 7th and 8th. So I'll be there in March in Miami.
Nice.
Miami, okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to see you over there then.
That'd be cool.
Naples
You
is
know
just
who would
an hour
be
away from,
interesting on the show is Sam Keith.
I would love. I just don't know how to get a hold of him. I would
He's
love
doing
to.
this. You seen this Batman the Max stuff that he's been doing?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's
Cool.
doing some pretty crazy stuff.
Keep holding it up. I'm gonna.
That was a pretty popular
Yeah,
one
that.
for a while. Yeah.
That's excellent.
I like that. Nice
Nice.
stylized.
Yeah.
What about getting Biz on the show? Do you have a way to contact Bisley?
I do. I have his telephone number and emails, and he's agreed to do it. We had tried a couple times to do the pre-recorded, and he got shit-faced and couldn't do it because he was tired.
Alcohol will do that to you.
Typical.
Sounds
Typical,
like this.
but he's down. I've actually put feelers out to a lot of guys who've given me yeses. It's just I have to follow up. And so the thing is getting an interview at a convention is a lot easier than getting them live, because getting them live means, it's a commitment and they have to set shit up. And a lot of people are very private, and some people don't, whatever. But Biz is good to go. Frank Quietly said yes. Mike Zeck said yes. Jim Suter said yes.
Nice.
Jim Starlin said yes. I tried to get George Perez, and he said, "I just don't have enough time, Dad." And I said, "Okay."
Walter Simonson would be awesome.
Yeah, Simonson. I got to ask him. Arthur Adams and his wife said yes. Adam Hughes said yes. Michael von Oming said yes. I have a lot of yeses. That's one of the wonderful things about being in this business for so long is not only have I been doing it for 28 years, but I can say also that for almost 32 years I've been going to conventions, and I've known a lot of people, and they've known me since I was a little kid. So
everybody.
Yeah, it's
literally.
like I can say, "Hey, I got this thing. Would you like to?" And yeah, maybe. I mean, I've had some hard no's. What's up, Mr. Huerta?
Hail Huerta.
Hail Huerta. How are you, man? Well, you want to come in on the show, dude? We got one slot. Look at this. I'm going to hit this link. You could say yay or nay. Don't be scared. I I've asked a lot. The only hard no's I've ever got, I got a hard no from Bruce Timm, who just said, "I don't do that." And then Jeff Darrow was the other one who said yes, and then said no, and then said maybe, and then said yes, and then said no, and then said nobody wants to talk to me. And I said, "Dude, they do." And he says, "I'm gonna pass." It was like the weirdest. It was the weirdest. Like we were cha-chaing and shit. It was like
he seems a little eccentric.
Yeah, he's a strange dude.
Hey, speaking of Biz though, you were talking about Biz. What's a Biz Nizzler? I want to know.
Okay.
What's up, Braga?
Okay. Okay, that is inside information that you're gonna get an answer to.
What is a Biz Nizzler?
Okay, I'll answer. Huerta, man. Okay, you're invited anytime, man. I dig you, man. I see you on Twitter all the time. Anytime you want to come on, you just say, "Hey, I want to come on," and we'll put you on. Biz Nizzler, yeah, likewise. I hope he feels better too. Being sick sucks. I'm on the tail end of mine, so I get it. The Biz Nizzler and the Kodiak are pussy. So wax the Kodiak is and break them off in the Biz Nizzler is basically just like get some ass. It was just what I was saying in my comic to kids because I was a kid. I was a kid too. And I just like these are things I would say in my rap songs. That's so funny you ask.
These are just things I would say to kids.
Those are the things I'd say to kids.
Because they have no idea.
Hello, Papa. Yes.
Yeah, no,
Making
it's
up swear words for them. That's awesome.
yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It was making up my own swear words because I mean, my 6-year-old knows how to swear. You know, he has YouTube. He has you know,
My 6-year-old knows how to swear.
yeah, you know, exactly, and that's the thing. That's the thing. See, Rooster says, "I am 12 forever."
Forever, yeah.
I'd like to think I'm 16. I wish. Like I miss the good old days. My favorite year is still 1989. Let's see.
This year Batman came out, so I can dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked my local comic shop today about alternative. The people in the area won't buy anything if it isn't Marvel or DC. That's the
That's a bunch
tough
of bullshit.
That it is a bunch of bullshit, and that's the
Well,
that's the problem with that. I think I'm not going to do a broad stroke because again, I know a lot of retailers, and I know a lot of very smart retailers. I'll put Cliff Biggers and Joe Field at the top of that list. And not leaving out anybody because if you're awesome and I don't know it, I just don't know it. But when I go into a shop and you ask for something that is non-Marvel or DC and they go, "Oh, we only ordered one," you go, "Well, you see, this is like it almost feels like a snake eating its own tail."
yeah, but eventually, if they're good, and they'll get enough interest, they'll start buying some and ordering some.
You hope.
Yeah, or you just have to go to them and get it from them, and then the retailer is either going to get with it and start ordering, or not, and lose that business.
Or what'll happen? What seems like it's happening is that everything's breaking off into these sort of satellites. And fans, when they want something, they're going to go directly to the source.
Yeah, which they should do. Yeah, they should do that.
Yeah, I went on Alternative's website the other day, and they've got a deal where you can just order like the month pack. And so I just ordered December's pack and January's pack. They were like $9 each, and you get like 4 or 5 comics or whatever. And they'll just
really?
send you everything they're coming out with that month. So it's just going to come straight to my house.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's
really cool. And that's affordable.
And I don't even know what I'm buying. I'm just like, that's cheap enough that it's like, well, it's $9, Like,
that's a frappuccino and a croissant.
That's one Spawn comic.
Right.
Yeah.
No joke.
So it's a Mexican pizza deal over at Taco Bell. With a spicy potato soft taco on the side.
Okay, you made me want to ask a non sequitur question because I hadn't been to Taco Bell in a while. How much is a small drink at the Taco Bell you go to?
I want to say like $1.10 or something like that.
Okay.
Or $1.76.
Okay, see, you just said $1. You just said $1.76. Okay, this is what I find odd. I was in Pigeon Forge.
I'm in Naples, Florida.
Okay, yeah,
I'm in St. Augustine.
Yeah, there you go. 2 Floridians.
Yeah.
That's where the land of vampires and bath salts.
Yeah.
I was at a horror convention when the news broke that some dude was eating another dude's face. I was like, "Oh shit, the zombie apocalypse is happening." I'm in the perfect place. Yeah,
it is.
Turns out it was bath salts, but
Yeah, it's bath salts.
Okay. Hey Dan, what were you saying about Pigeon Forge?
Say what?
What were you saying about Pigeon Forge?
Oh, I was in Pigeon Forge, and my daughter, we were gonna get dinner, but she wanted to get a snack before dinner, so I took her to Taco Bell, which I don't generally do, and I bought her little Dorito taco, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna be weak and get myself a bean burrito because I like bean burritos." Anyway, she's like, "Dad, you forgot the drink." I said, "I didn't forget the drink, you did. What do you want?" She said, "I'll just get a small." And then the guy's like, "Yeah, it's $1.89." And I was like, $1.89?
There you go.
What the hell are you talking about? Last time I was at a Taco Bell, they were 79 cents. Like when did that happen?
Inflation.
Yeah.
Pigeon Forge is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Neat
Where,
place, yeah.
Andrew, where are you in California? Because we're not there anymore.
Andrew, who's Andrew?
Andrew
Who?
Huerta, he's in the chat room right now.
Oh, gotcha. I can't.
All right.
I don't see it.
Very talented dude. You guys, if you're not
25.
following,
Yeah, great.
if you're not
Oh, yeah.
following Andrew on Twitter, you need to.
Okay.
Really good artwork.
Good
Really
stuff.
fantastic artwork.
$25.
Mike, you were outside in the darkness.
I'm pulling the ribs off.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
How are you?
What? Wait a second. You lived in Orange County this whole time.
Really?
I lived there all that time, and we didn't hang out.
I'm born and
What's up?
raised.
What's
in
up,
Orange County.
comic book Bob? Yeah, we just left Buena Park. I was in Buena Park and Fullerton, man. I didn't know you were out there. That's crazy. Crazy talk, man.
Look at those ribs. Nice.
Oh, damn, dude. Really?
I'm gonna solo that out, dude. Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
move that. Oh my
We're
god.
dripping.
I don't eat red meat, but I like that.
Did you is that dry rubbed? What is that,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did a
my
dry
God.
rub on these,
Oh,
and
my
I smoked
God.
them for about 8 hours.
Oh god.
Damn.
Yeah. Mike posts some
Very
amazing
nice.
food all the time.
Good deal.
I need it. I need it. I had bone broth for dinner. So, you know.
Ooh.
I had Taco Hell.
Yeah.
Coming to Castro Valley.
I know I can smell those. I was talking I did a podcast before we did our show here, and people were talking about being able to look at certain pictures and hear sounds. They say you can't hear sound in a picture, but if you show a picture of bubble wrap, you know what it sounds like. Or if you show a picture of Mario on the underground level, you hear doo doo doo. I hear those ribs sizzling. Look at this. Oh, hold on.
Good.
That's food porn, bro. Food porn brought to you by Senor Green.
Oh, delicious.
Okay,
Oh,
just a moment of silence, guys. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, look at that smoke ring.
Yeah, you see that?
Wow.
Yummy.
Oh,
Delicious.
Look at that dripping.
God, man.
Smoking too.
You know, I wasn't hungry up until like right now. Thanks.
That needs to be the thumbnail for this stream.
Yeah.
Delicious meat.
Oh my gosh, your children and your wife, man. That.
Look at that. Delicious.
Done good on that, Michael Green.
Hey, you know what? Listen, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm going to propose this to you, Mr. Green. I would like you, if you want to do a weekly food clip that you film, I will feature it.
What you're grilling out?
Yeah. Yeah. See, look at this.
That's a good idea, actually. Mike, yes. I agree.
Grill time with Mike Green.
This one looks good.
Justin says, "Hail all men." Holy smokes, man. Yeah, I don't go out either, Andrew. I know what you mean, but it's crazy. I didn't realize for all that time we lived so close together and didn't hang out. That's weird. Is that a Cobra Kai shirt? I'm just noticing that. Sweep of the leg, man.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. With the leg.
Oh man, I wish smell-o-vision would be great, but then I'd be eating this Spawn action figure.
Yeah.
You know.
I am hungry now after seeing that.
This is
It
good
is.
right here. You see right here, you can see the.
Oh,
the fat.
let me solo that out.
Holy shit.
Because you can see the fat all rendered inside there. It literally when you take a bite.
Delicious. Holy cow.
Ears.
So you do this once a week? What are you doing, dude? What is going on?
I do it all the time. I mean, I'm on the Traeger probably 3 to 4 times. Maybe 3 times a
What's
week.
a Traeger? I saw somebody mention that in a comment. What is a
Traeger's
Traeger?
it's a wood pellet grill, so it's all wood smoke. So
Oh,
it's got you plug it into the wall, but it's got a little like heating element that fires up the wood.
Yeah.
And then you set the temperature and it controls itself. So it's like a real easy way to smoke stuff with wood pellets rather than like actually having to put big old chunks of wood in there and control the temperature yourself.
Yeah.
It's all automated.
Man.
But you're still getting your wood smoke.
Very nice.
I miss my Weber. I miss my Weber.
So do I. You know what's weird is like my lady likes to do the cooking. I cook. Matt knows. Matt's been over. I cook pretty okay. My nickname used to be the Grill Master because I can work a barbecue. But my favorite thing to cook over is charcoal, like legit charcoal, and I move them a certain way.
Yeah,
I have ash, like I create shapes and things. My lady is a propane fan because of the ease of use and how quick it can go.
Yeah,
but I'm saying, man, when Matt says I miss my Weber, gosh,
you had the nice Weber. I had when I lived in Denver. We had to hunt to buy one, but living in a high rise, you can't have charcoal, so we had to do natural gas. But
yeah, that would drive me crazy.
It was still good. It was still good. I miss it so much.
I live in a condo, so I can't have a grill out back. I miss being able to have a grill as well.
Yeah.
That would drive me nuts. That would be a deal breaker. That would be a deal breaker for me.
Yeah. I mean, I go to my mom's use her grill, so.
The good thing about the Traegers is they even advertise this is that they're HOA friendly because they put out some smoke, but it's not the same as like a charcoal smoke because it smells good because it's wood smoke. So it's like people don't complain about it.
There's some
delicious.
HOAs that are like, no, you smoky.
Yeah.
If an HOA can say no to you and screw you over, they will.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of HOAs.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look at Leg Kick talking about Portillo's. Portillo's is the Chicago style eatery over there by Knott's. See, now you're making me think about all the good food, Mr. Leg Kick, over in Orange County. That's one of the things I miss the most is good food. Portillo's is awesome.
Just good Mexican food.
Good, yes.
You
I
guys
miss that.
have good burritos out there, huh?
There's some places, but it's
there's
the same.
not. Let me just tell you, this is how you know how bad it is here. I would not step foot in a Chipotle in California at all. You couldn't pay me to step foot in a Chipotle. Now, I freely skip and rejoice to step into a Chipotle because it's the closest thing I can get to California.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. I've been out of California for 10 years now. No, 12 years. Shit, 12 years now. And everywhere in the country except Oregon, there were some places in Oregon that I could get some good food, Mexican food. But
how did you guys all end up in Georgia? The three.
Magic.
Yeah.
I lived out here. I moved out here in 2009. Moved in with my girlfriend out here. She was living out here. So I lived here for a couple of years, and then we've hopped across the country a couple of times. And Dan randomly moved out here pretty much last year.
It wasn't random. It wasn't
well,
random.
It wasn't random. But my girlfriend and I, we've been chasing her jobs around because of what she does. It's specific, and she has to go to certain places. And so we ended up coming back here for chasing one of her jobs. But and Dan happened to move back out here too.
It was random in that we had to move. The series of events that happened in 2018 were like the super wallop of the universe. I was working for Mattel. I got laid off along with 2,000 other people. They eviscerated my whole department. We went from 120 to 6. And I survived for like 6 months on vapors of budgets, and then they had to let me go. My wife got pregnant a month after that, and then a month after that, our landlord said, I really love you guys, but I'm giving this house to my son as a wedding gift, so thank you, goodbye. And
Damn.
yeah, so we got
Right.
hit, bam, 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 and we had a really good rent rate, at least for California. And we
Right.
were finding that everywhere we looked was a lot more money. No one, we had money saved, but couldn't buy a house because I lost my job.
Yeah.
And Brianna one day had said, if we moved to North Carolina, we could buy a house for $150,000.
Mm.
And I said, if you're willing to leave California, because that's the big one, if you're willing to leave California, let's go to Atlanta, because I had worked out here in 2005 and 2006, and the work I do mostly, which is storyboarding, is flourishing out here. And I got a couple of job offers for TV shows, and we made the leap.
Okay, so
that's
storyboarding,
fantastic.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Did you work on the first
Storyboard.
season of Doom Patrol?
Yes, I did.
Nice. That was a good show. I enjoyed that quite thoroughly.
Season 2 will blow your mind.
Oh, I bet.
I'm working on season 2 right now. It's nuts. Season 1 was crazy. I mean, I had to draw an army of butts flying down the hallway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that show tripped me out a lot. I like how out there it is.
At least you got paid for it this time.
Yeah.
Drawing an army of butts. Yeah. Always good to get paid for drawing the butts.
Yes.
King Crow says, I don't eat fast food very often. I try to avoid it. Very worth the price, and it's loaded with natural flavors and other bullshit. King Crow, amen to that. Fast food is the garbage.
Evil.
Yeah.
Andrew Huerta, Italian beef sandwich, extra sauce. I would also say go for their hot dog, because it's got snap, and go down to the end on the far left and get a big schooner of whatever beer they have on special, because they know what they're doing. Talking about Portillo's again.
I tell you what I miss from out west is Wiener Schnitzel.
Oh, yeah.
Wiener Schnitzel, yes.
That's a
Canter's.
good place.
I miss Canter's.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Any time of the day or night.
Yeah, I actually miss places like Philippe's, like one-offs like that. Philippe's, French dip. They created the French dip sandwich. You're not a beef guy though. You don't eat beef.
Yeah, I don't.
So
with that au jus sauce.
That's right.
Oh.
Huerta says time to move back. Okay, check this out.
I'll never go back.
See what Matt Yaki just said right there? I'm going to entice you, Mr. Huerta. I'm going to do it right now. I lived in a house in Orange County that was 2,800 square feet. Nice place.
Yeah, it was.
$3,500 a month, which was a steal.
Sure.
Because it should have gone for $5,000 a month.
Wow.
In Atlanta, I am paying $2,500 for a 5,300 square foot home. And let's just factor this in. In California, regular gas is around $4.60. In Atlanta, it's around $2.40.
Mm-hmm. Over here, yeah.
I like my money going further. I have 4 kids and a wife and a mother-in-law. So I am, as much as I wish my taste buds would be fulfilled, and I could always take a trip. Like when I was there for PowerCon and stuff, I had some of that stuff. But no, I'm not leaving. I'm rooted down. I am an East Coast dude now, and that's how it's going to be.
Well, it's good to have you on the East Coast.
Yeah, I'll probably die out here, man.
I mean, people like to eat over here too. I mean, in this little town I live in, it's a tourist town, and there's like 3 dozen different restaurants at any given time. Some of them are good, some of them are bland and mediocre.
Yeah, man, good food is good food no matter where you go. It's just certain things like the sad thing. I mean, it's when you get, especially Southern California, you get super spoiled on good Mexican food. It's like when you live in the Bay Area, you get really spoiled on really good Chinese food. It's
Right.
like finding like solid ethnic food. You really have to go to the sources.
Buford Highway.
Or
Buford Highway.
Buford Highway.
Out here, that's where you go. And
come down to Florida,
To the
you get
Cracker
some
Barrel.
good Cuban food.
oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. And there are a few places that can actually do a Cuban sandwich pretty decent.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good.
You're talking about ham and pickles, all pressed out and everything.
Yeah, with mustard.
Yeah, the Cuban.
Swiss.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Good
I
Cuban
hate you
sandwich.
guys, man. I had bone broth. And Mike Green, Mike Green with your fucking ribs, man. I'm trying to get healthy, man. That's the thing. 2020 is the year that I have a lot of things to take care of. So I'm doing everything I can physically to be able to accommodate the demand that I see happening. So I will, I will drink bone broth and eat avocados and shit. Like, here's the
Ain't
thing.
nothing wrong with that.
This is what really sucks, okay? So there's a place here in Alpharetta called BB's Bagels. BB's Bagels, the B and B stands for Brooklyn's Bagels. They have the water. They have all their ingredients imported in from New York. So they are literally like a New York transplant place in the middle of where I live. My whole family this morning said, "We want BB's." Of course you do.
I want BB's right now.
Yeah, BB's is fucking dope, and they close at 2 p.m. every day. But BB's is like always busy.
I gotta try that.
We'll go, Matt. We'll go.
Yeah.
Wife gets pancakes, corned beef. This kid gets a big ass thing of pancakes. She gets bagels and pancakes, chocolate chip pancakes. Me, grilled spinach on spinach, please. Or yeah, grilled chicken on spinach. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Grilled chicken on spinach with an avocado, because you got to throw the avocado in there. But I also went for that bacon. I got a side of bacon, so I felt a little sort of redeemed. But sometimes you just want a coat made out of pancakes,
What are you doing? Are you doing
Yeah.
like a high fat, high protein type of deal?
Yeah. I'm like cutting all sugars out. Probably December 1st. After talking to, that's one of the things, and like I was telling you guys before, especially you guys in the boombox. When I have guests on, I'm talking to people I admire and that I respect. And a little of me is selfish, and I want to learn some secrets, And when I find out that Ryan Stegman is doing intermittent fasting, and I'm talking to Rob Willis, and I'm finding he's like a no sugar. He creates his own meals separate of outside of some of what's going on in his living situation. I go, I relate to this, and I respect this, because what I've found creatively, and again, I always try to remind everybody each episode what this channel is about, and it's about creativity, but also maximizing your creativity, is I found that we are biomechanical beings, and that sometimes to be our best, we have to be our best. And my dad used to say this saying, garbage in, garbage out, and I never knew what he meant.
Right.
And what I'm finding is that the better I eat, the better I feel, the more efficient I am at what I do. Yeah, the more efficient. What's up?
Oh, no, go ahead. Well, I was going to say, at the same time, we're not going to get out of this alive.
No,
So,
none of us are.
No matter what, we're all dying, and I've seen the healthiest people on the planet die way younger than some of the people that eat horribly. So,
Well, that runner, Jim Fix, he dropped out of a heart attack while he was out running.
Right,
Yeah.
or George Burns, who was a big steak eater, cigar smoker, alcohol drinker, living as long as he did. Sure, we have propensities, and I think what we need to do individually is look at our family histories. I know that, like I was talking to Yaki about this. My mother passed away at 63. Her mother passed away at 48. Her father passed away at 56. My dad's dad died at 69. And I go, okay, well, this is sort of my genetic packet, and perhaps smoking and crazy eating isn't for me. I also know how I personally feel when I know right now with the no sugar and eating less carbs, I feel better and I'm more productive.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy thing. What up, Zaid? What up, man?
Let me ask you this: are you guys doing any smoothies? Because
I'm not doing any smoothies. I actually have a really good blender too. I have a Vitamix. Like I got one of them.
I'm gonna tell you, if you can get into smoothies, man, smoothies will really get you healthy, because if you sit there and try to eat all that fruit that you're putting into that blender that you can drink within 10 minutes, it's just amazing.
That would be good.
But smoothies are some of the best things that you can do for your body. Just to get all that nutrients in fruit.
What if I put like a ham hock, a can of whipped cream, a packet of Skittles,
almond butter?
I would say that you are wicked high, my friend. You got the munchies like a motherfucker. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
That's right. Pass the bomb.
What up, Zaid? You want to come up in here, man? You always have an interesting take. Here's our link, Mr. Man. If you want to come up in here, you got your setup going. That is a cop.
I'll tell you one thing.
Kind of mindset that you
I never was a big drinker, but I quit drinking totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll really wreck you.
Yeah, I did. I said to myself, I'm not going to have not one other drink for the rest of my life, and I mean that. I never was a big drinker, so it's not one of those hard things that I can do, but it's just one of those things where I can cut out. So I feel like it's a harmful thing for our body. I feel like it's poison.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but I think I told Matt Yaki this yesterday. I said all my weaknesses start with W. Weed, wine, whiskey, and winning. It's just
right.
The W's always get me.
Cheers. School. I'll fucking drink to that.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
My favorite saying is
cheers.
Everything in moderation.
I smoke a lot of herb. I love the herb. That's for sure. Hey,
listen. I'm 46, but I still feel 26.
Yeah.
And I think it has to do a lot with the herb, because it's a non-stressor, you know. Here's my theory on it. One time I met this guy. He said, how old do you think I am? And I said, you're about 33. He said, I'm 50 years old. He said, I have a fast lifestyle. I race jet skis. He said, but I've been smoking pot since I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And the guy looked like he was 30 years old. So here's my theory on it.
Yeah.
The THC molecule surrounds every fat cell in your body. Okay. So that acts as a protectant. That acts as a protectant from the free radicals, the cancer-causing agents, the stuff that's harming your body. That's what I feel like it is.
Well, how do you explain me, man? Because I got all this gray hair. I got these saggy eyes. Our top row right here in the chat, we're all 46.
Yep.
Matt Yaki, I mean, you look young, but Matt Yaki, goddamn you, you're looking like you're 15 and shit. The top row up here is 46.
Yeah.
You know? And we're all herbal warriors. And I can tell you, you're flanked by two gentlemen that were Amsterdam Cannabis Cup judges. That's how hardcore we are. That's how hardcore we are.
Snoop into the ground.
Awesome.
Into the ground.
I went there in 2002. Great trip.
It's a good time. Best time I ever forgot.
Yeah, I think
Mine
I had
too.
a good time. I know I did, but I can't prove it.
Yeah,
you know, I think age is also just a number.
It's true.
You know,
mindset.
Because I look at my father. He's 83. He's still alive. He's
awesome.
Still working. He works on his buildings. He has all these buildings he takes care of. But I look at my dad at 46. I'm a different 46 than my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not that old. I'm not that old, you know. I feel like his 46 is much older than I'm at 46.
I think
You guys
that's a
feel me?
I think that's a generational thing too, because like I look at my dad's yearbooks, like his senior year, and I go, you
Right.
got 25. You guys look like you're ancient beasts, and
They
this is
do.
your senior
Yeah, they
pick.
do.
Yeah, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
with the big slick back hair and the greasy look. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Hold on a second. I gotta turn my camera off. Triggers.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I know.
Matt Yackey, you'll be over here. You'll be over here on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
There you go. I like that.
That's
We'll
the
be-
problem. That's the
Hey,
problem with
you
Atlanta.
care if I share a little bit of art with you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's solo you out. Let's see your artwork, dude. Let's do it.
My main thing is watercolors. I do a lot of watercolors.
Oh, cool.
That looks like some crazy cat, dude. What's happening there?
It's a little pixel.
Yeah, you see that? Okay, there's a lot of symbolism in here. Okay, first of all, there's this is a setting sun.
Yes.
A setting sun with the tops of roofs, the roofs of houses, the setting sun.
I see.
Then
a
you see the
crown.
image of the cat. Yeah,
I see
yeah.
a
Okay,
crown. It looks like a crown
Okay,
on a
you-
cat.
you're coming close. Then you see the image of the cat. Then all of a sudden there's an image of a man. Here's his arms. This is his torso. This is his head,
Yeah.
and this is his halo. You see it?
Yes.
Kind of. It's a little pixelated for me.
I see it. This looks like a Roman
And here's-
soldier with wings.
This one is more like a guardian angel.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cool.
Nice.
This one's badass. You guys like this.
Oh,
It
cool.
looks like we're inside somebody's mind. I see a dog. I see a building.
Little Escher going on.
Yeah, that's what I was
This
gonna say.
represents us.
Yes.
This represents us. Like we think we're so big in the world, but we're actually so small. And this is as nothing as it seems in this world. This is as we are striving for our pearly gates.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is funny. I like this one.
Who is that? Is that you?
Self-portrait.
I was
Nice.
gonna say that looks like you. No glasses
Yeah.
though. You don't have your glasses on.
That's oil pastel. Pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the share.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem. Thanks,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I just bought a bunch of gouache.
I love
did you?
gouache.
I haven't
I've
used
never
it
actually
yet.
played around with gouache. I've got some, but I've never played around with it.
Have you
It's,
Have you messed with watercolor at all?
Really nice.
very limited? I've actually discovered some alcohol inks over at Hobby Lobby that I've been using as watercolors, and those have been fun. You know, thin them out with rubbing
Hobby
alcohol.
Lobby. Hobby
Yeah.
Lobby. I need to open like a fucking wing in that place with how much money I give those people.
Open a line of credit with them. Fuck yeah.
Hobby Lobby.
Let's formaldehyde into people, because preserve it as well.
I heard a flick of a lighter. Death metal
Uh-oh.
hero. Death metal. I know what that sound is.
I got no idea what you're talking about, homie.
Okay.
None,
You guys are killing
none
me.
whatsoever. What you
Matt
talking
Yackey.
about?
Matt
Killing
Yackey.
me.
You're gonna leave Thanksgiving giving thanks, my friend.
Yeah, that's the downside because I lived in Denver. I lived in
Oh
Denver
man.
for quite
I went
a
to go
while.
visit a buddy of mine that lived out in Denver, and oh my god, like
Fantastic.
he was driving me home from this party that we were at, and then the car just kind of went like this, and everything just is stretched, and the dashboard was 400 miles away from me. It was amazing.
Nice. Yeah, good times. Denver's
Welcome here.
fantastic.
California's fantastic. You know, we
Yeah.
I miss California a lot, definitely.
yeah, Jake Mohawk, who was in here earlier today, the way I met him was in California. He was helping do security at a dispensary,
Oh.
And I forget what it was. I think I was wearing a McFarlane shirt, and he's like, "Cool McFarlane shirt." I was like, "You like comics?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. I like weed." You know.
Chocolate
You
and
go
peanut
together
butter.
wonderfully, man.
Yeah. And but like I miss that. Like it's a weird thing. Like it as a human, you go like, hey, this is weird that in some places it's like getting a beer, and then in other places it's like you're a dirty, low-down crook.
Mhm.
You know, it's really strange. I want to tell you guys this observation. So I got this Spawn toy, and I thought, oh, cool, it comes with 3 guns, right?
Right.
Like you got this this big ass 3D gun, but these guns that look cool from the side, they're like they're like crackers. Look how thin they are.
Oh, they are.
They're like
Crackers. Wow.
they're like paper thin.
That's
they're paper
funny.
thin.
Oh,
Yeah,
they are.
it's
Nice.
the illusion. And I
Saving
know,
money. Saving
yeah,
money.
exactly. It's called cost reduction. I'm like, yo, this gun,
Plastic's expensive.
Yeah.
this gun looks good. And you know what? I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it because I have to mock him. I have to mock him at least one time.
Uh-oh.
They don't even open the packages. They're just gonna keep it there, and it's gonna look good, and they're gonna buy it. Yeah, that's what I think this is. That's what I think this is, because it's like, we were there in the store. I'm like, man, that's a lot of cool shit. What really, these are like paper thin. They're like a representation of a gun if you see them like this in a blister pack.
Yeah,
but
that's what it looked like.
when I've got them out, dude, look at these. These are like cardstock.
How much articulation does that Spawn figure have? Because, you know, I've got some Metal Gear Solid figures from McFarlane toys back in the day, and they're like kind of posable statues. And
there's not a lot. There's not a lot. Like, you can't bend the elbows. You can swivel this arm. One of the things I remember talking to Todd, and this is in like 94, 95, he was saying that it costs on a toy, every toy that you see, it costs 13 cents for every point of articulation.
Damn.
13 cents. So only Dick Chain
on
articulation.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen where Congress has voted to approve? It's a here it is. A marijuana legalization bill approved by Congress Committee and historic vote. Have you seen this?
What is it?
Heard about it.
What is
Haven't
it?
read anything.
What
about
is it?
yet.
It's where Congress has voted to legalize marijuana.
What, man? Why
Yes.
are you playing with my feelings, man?
I'm telling you the truth. It said, listen to this. For the first time in history, a congressional committee has approved a bill to end federal marijuana prohibition. The House Judiciary Committee passed the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act in a 24-10 vote on Wednesday, setting the stage for a full floor vote.
Well, it says
a committee.
The House wants to legalize marijuana, but the MORE Act has a fatal flaw, is the first thing that comes up. Vote to federally legalize marijuana planned in Congress. I mean, wouldn't that be fantastic? I think it would be great on many levels, and
it's coming. It's coming.
What's really wonderful about our I don't even know if you want to call it a panel, but talking about our group today is we have a wide gamut of people, and when I'll just tell you this, when I was in high school, I was a DARE kid. I had the DARE button, I had the DARE T-shirt, and I believed it. And then they say marijuana is a gateway drug. The very first illegal drug I ever took was acid. That was the very first.
Way to jump right in.
Yeah, no,
That's right. Jump right in there.
And then the second one I took was mushrooms, and then the third one I took was marijuana. and marijuana out of
Kind of
all
back
of those,
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, marijuana out of
backwards.
all of those was the one that was the only time I ever felt normal. Like when I smoke it, I go, oh my gosh, all that crazy noise that's in my
Stress.
head, I can squish
Yes.
it and really just focus on being who I am. And
All right.
and it was one of those things where I'm like, why is this illegal? This is weird. This shouldn't be illegal.
Truly.
Yeah, and so I studied up. I read about why the law happened. I learned about Schlesinger. I learned about I learned about LaGuardia's study that crushed Schlesinger's, and then how Schlesinger tried to crush out anybody that affiliated with LaGuardia, and like the whole reason why it was made illegal in the first place. And you just go, man, this is it's untapped as far as, I mean, this is a creativity stream, so my creativity is through the roof. But no, just the prohibition of it stems from a lot of things. Like some people against it don't like the fact they call it the truth herb, right? You know, like you see the truth, like you cut through bullshit and you see the truth. There's also the fact that a lot of the legislation that came to make it illegal was based on racism.
Yes.
That it came up through Mexico, and it was a way.
Unsavories were smoking it.
Yeah, the unsavories exactly were smoking it. So let's isolate them. The way in which they made
jazz
it,
musicians.
Yeah, the jazz cats.
The unsavory people. Yeah.
The devil's lettuce.
Devils.
Again, which makes
there's a great movie out on Netflix. It's called The Business on Getting High.
Oh, I gotta
check it out.
I gotta see it.
Netflix, The Business on Getting High.
The fact that the way they made it illegal was such a weird thing. They said it wasn't illegal, but to have it, you need to have these stamps. But to have these stamps, you have to bring it over state lines. But if you bring it over state lines, you're breaking the law.
It's illegal. If you have these stamps, it's illegal.
They created this catch-22 because they couldn't by our laws make it illegal, but by creating this sort of like catch-22, they did.
Yeah.
Right.
Which was like, man, that took a committee to figure that shit out, you know? Look at this one. Squish So says, aren't you afraid of Reefer Madness?
I look forward to it.
Faster. Go faster, faster, faster.
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump out the window.
I've had the fear.
I've never seen anybody get high and do that.
Anymore.
What did you say, Matt?
I said, I've had the fear, so I do not fear it any longer.
Right, exactly. King Crow says, well.
That's right. You did have Fear and Loathing in Amsterdam, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was. Once you live through that, everything's cake.
The mushroom.
No, it's good. It's good and bad. I mean, it's not for some people.
That's happening right before me. I love it.
Yeah.
One time, I'm a cookie maker. Matt's had my cookies. I used to have this guy that lived next door to my old place when I lived in Orange County, and he was getting what they call that mota, the brickweed.
Yeah,
and it was mad cheap. So I would buy it, and I would render
for
butter.
A reason.
Yeah, I would render butter from it though, and I would make these oatmeal cookies. But one time I had eaten too many of them, and I was watching Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and I had all the lights off, and you know the adrenochrome scene where everything is sort of pink and red. Well, it had also, because it was the only light source in that living room, was illuminating my room. My whole room was also pink. So I was like, know your doses, man. You did too much.
You took too much, man. You took too much.
Too much.
Too much, man.
Too much.
You notice about 8 huge hairy tits growing out of your back.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh man, that movie.
As your attorney, I advise you to take more.
Couch Imp sketchbook. There we
That
go.
would be dope.
I think it would probably be a good idea for them to decriminalize all drugs like they did in Portugal. I don't know if you guys have seen that in Portugal at all, like 10, 12 years ago, maybe.
I agree, because people are going to get it no matter what.
Well, and it helps the whole system out because it's just like, instead of giving them citations for a fine or something like that, they still can get caught. It's not technically legal there. It's just decriminalized. So what they do is they give them a ticket that gives them an opportunity for like a class or something like that. So for like the harder, like meth or something like that, heroin, they still get like an opportunity to get some help, if they need it.
Yeah, I think they should offer that
stuff. It's just nothing, for weed and stuff. I think they just don't even bother with anything, which is the way it should be.
It should.
I'm on the fence with the full legalization thing. I mean, cocaine and heroin and really hard drugs, chemicals, man-made, essentially, anything like that. I don't know about that, but they should definitely offer treatment and help to these people, because
rather than some type of punishment or like locking someone in a cage for
truly
yes.
Because
that just teaches them to do it more.
That's one of the things that's really tough about drugs in the first place, is that a lot of the people writing the legislation or people making the decisions, some of them have never experienced them before. And I myself will never do heroin or cocaine or anything like that. I've tried ecstasy before, and that's probably as far as I go into the not
the hard,
not from this earth. Yeah, like mushrooms and weed, I'm still down for.
Scrub that third eye.
Yeah, exactly. But the when I talk to people, and I talk to a lot of people, they go, "Yeah, I tried coke." I said, "What? So what went through your head?" And they said, "The first thing I thought is I need more coke." And you just go, wow, that's incredible that something can rewire your intention that fast.
They say the first time will do it too.
Yeah, and you go,
dangerous.
Yeah, you go, okay, well, like that's hard to, like you said, giving people help is a better option, because it's hard to have someone understand that mindset. Like, you think they actively want to be a fucking scumbag? You think they actively want to do this? Nobody actively wants to do that. There's something wrong. There's something broken.
True.
You know?
Yeah, and maybe like the scheduling is a lot of the problem, especially with marijuana, because like federally it's Schedule 1, which is the same as all the highest level drugs. So it's like, if they could just change that.
Which I don't understand at all.
Just
totally.
changing it to whatever, Schedule 3 or whatever, something that doesn't matter, and then just say now there's no punishment, there's no criminality associated with it. It's just something that we can do to help people, if they want it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's a stigma that's been built into the American psyche since what, the 1930s?
Yeah.
Like, the original reason why they made it illegal is because they didn't want this cheaper product coming in and throwing off the paper and rope industries.
Yeah, it's all about hemp, really. Yeah.
Because it's fibrous. I don't know if anybody's ever chewed on a stem, but you discover real quickly that it's got a lot of fiber to it.
It boils down, like you guys were saying, it boils down to economics, right? And we see it in something like diamonds, right? They control the flow of rarity, De Beers and people like that, to artificially create a pricing structure. And if you have something that is superior and easily created, you're crushing a bunch of industries, which destroy a bunch of jobs, and et cetera, et cetera. We could lay it down to the rich man going, that person's not making the money. You could lay it down to that bunch of people are not making a living doing such. You know, I mean, think about this. Uh, the pharmaceutical business will take a hit. The textiles business will take a hit, whether it's fabric, whether it's paper, whether it's building
Yeah.
materials. They'll take a hit.
Hempcrete.
What's that?
Yeah, hempcrete, yes.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean,
I know.
if the internet to be believed, they can make cinder blocks out of fucking hempcrete now, and it's
Yeah,
just as
I've
strong
seen
as regular concrete and lighter weight and easier to produce or blah blah blah. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Right.
the internet's to be believed.
Yeah. Well, I know my own laboratory tests. I'm like Norman Osborn. I'm somewhat of a scientist myself, Peter. But yeah, I don't know. Sir, we've gone off topic, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we're deep in the weeds over here, quite literally.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about illicit substances, what about the facsimile edition of Green Arrow, Green Lantern that just came out with Speedy shooting up heroin on the cover versus the Spider-Man issue that Stan Lee did about drugs?
What was it? I have no
I
idea what
haven't
this
seen
is.
that.
Okay, you guys remember that Green Lantern, Green Arrow issue, right? Where
Yes.
Speedy's on the cover? Okay.
Yes.
That same month, Marvel released a Spider-Man issue where Harry Osborn experimented with drugs. Nothing.
I remember that. I remember that one.
The Comics Code Authority approved the heroin issue with Speedy, but would not approve the Spider-Man issue for whatever reason. Marvel
Yeah, I
ran it
remember.
anyway.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Act of courage.
Hmm.
I thought you were talking about newer stuff. I'm like, they did it again.
No, they just re-released a facsimile edition of that issue. DC.
I'll tell you this. Having worked in corporate America, even though you're dealing with a department and a set of ideology, you're also dealing with individuals.
Mhm.
And when you're dealing with individuals, it literally could have been that the DC case went to Paul and the Marvel case went to Phil.
Right.
And Paul was like, it's good. There's a lesson here. And Phil went, hell's nah. Like, no. and it could have just each of them could have got the other assignment and gave the same answer. It could be as simple as that. It could be.
I was wondering if it was the same dude and he just sent the approval to the wrong one or something like that.
Right.
Hemp topic on Couchdoodles.
It's true. We have. I wouldn't even call it a digression. I think part of people being creative, part of what makes us do what we do stems from. I know I had social anxiety as a kid, a lot, and it was a lot easier for me to just go and sit somewhere and draw something. And feel at least that I had a semblance of I don't even know if the word is control, but like a gauge of things. It was much easier to handle what was happening on paper, and also I'm like I said before, I'm a systematic kind of person where I will acknowledge the presence of something or the absence of something. And I'll ask the question, why? Like the Kim Jong-il thing. Kim Jong-il is a fucking alien. He's magic. How's he doing that? And then I ask, well, why can't I? And then I break it down. So when it comes to social anxiety, I would go, okay, where does my social anxiety come from? And I realize it's from a strong visual sense and imagining all the plausible ways I could die or be humiliated, and then them all happening at the same time in my mind, right? And then
is a powerful thing,
right? But then trying to create a signal that pushes all of that out, and that happened to me a lot. Whether it was a thought process of trying to imagine things, whether it was trying to have a point, trying to be able to communicate. What I found when it came to smoking was that, or any sort of THC, was that it allows you to almost have objective control over those things and move them out of the way and focus on the thing you want to focus on. And to me,
Those
I'm like,
barriers, yeah.
that's super powerful. To me, that's like uber powerful.
Being able to tune things out. I mean, you can zone out on something if you get the right strain.
Sure. I mean, I've also had the fear before,
Oh yeah,
You
I think
know?
everybody has.
Like certain edibles. Like I'm not going to name names, but a buddy of mine, gave me a 100 milligram THC pill when my normal dose is 12. And so, I talk to God, I talk to Satan, I talk to, all the powers that be. So obviously they're,
Odin.
yeah, you end up having to understand that, like, like anything, I love spaghetti, but if I ate a whole pound and a half of spaghetti, I would be in a bad way,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
guy,
Guys,
be careful
if you
with
get a
edibles,
chance, check me out on Instagram. I am a Jim space BMW space guy. Jim BMW guy. Check me out.
where's the
I
BMW
restore
come
old
from? Oh, okay, there you go.
I restore old BMWs.
Oh, cool.
I restore the 60s, 70s, and 80s models.
Yeah.
Man, I like those, especially the 60s ones, man. Those are great.
Yeah. I've had a BMW ever since I was 16 and loved them. And when I was out in California, I was in the center of the collection in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So they had shows out there all the time for BMWs, and that's just my hobby. It's just part of my creativity. I restore the BMWs.
What's your favorite?
I fix broken parts.
What's your favorite year?
Probably the one I have in my garage right now. It is a 1969 2800 4-door.
Oh,
I'm
gonna look that up right now.
And this one is. Check it out. Look it out. Look it up. And this one is mint. I've got it in mint condition. You sit in it and you feel like you're in a brand new BMW. This one is from 1969. It is beautiful.
I'm looking at it.
That's old enough to be classified as an antique now, right?
Oh yeah. It's 50 years old for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, how long does it take for a car to become quote unquote antique? Like it's what, 25, 30 years?
I think it's 30 years.
Is this
I think it has to be 30 years.
It's one of these?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, that.
What color?
That one looks like a 3.0.
That looks cool.
It says a 1969 2000 CS.
No, mine is just a 2800. Would be sedan.
My dad and my grandpa were both mechanics, so I spent a lot of time around cars. My grandpa rebuilt Ford Model Ts from the early 1900s. Yeah.
That's nice.
He rebuilt one like 3 times and finally painted it candy apple red at the end there. Had windshield wipers.
Here you go. I'll show you a little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna solo you. I'm soloing you out. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it's like a beige.
Yeah. What it's called? The color is called Nevada.
Yeah.
Wish I could get a better. There we go. It is a beauty.
That's
cool. It is.
And the rims are badass.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I wish I could huff that car.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a piece of artwork. It really is.
Yeah, man.
So, okay, here's a question. What is everybody's favorite vehicle? Like, if you could pick one vehicle to drive, what would it be? Start with. Go ahead.
Well,
probably a Ferrari.
It's tough because my favorite vehicle I can't drive. That's the sad part.
What is your favorite vehicle?
Because I can't fit in it. It's a Shelby Cobra, and a buddy of mine It's always been my favorite car since I was a kid. I also
Right.
like a '69 Firebird. That's second place. But
Shelby Cobra, isn't that what James Dean died in? Isn't that what James Dean died in?
no, I think he died. In something
No,
else.
it's something else. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Really?
Shelby.
Wasn't it Cobra?
No. I think didn't he die
Anyway.
in '53?
I just saw it the other day too.
No, not the year, but the car that he died in, because he died in a car accident.
the Shelby Cobra, I don't think is that old.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah, but a buddy of mine has one, and he's like, go ahead, sit in it. I'm 6'2", and I went to get in it, and basically I'm like stiff-legged, and I couldn't sit down, and I'm like, you just fucking broke my heart. You broke my heart.
I have no idea what that's like. None whatsoever. I am also 6'2".
Yeah, you get it. So yeah, there's a lot of cars. Like when I used to have a Chrysler 300C, and I loved the car, but I had it during when gas was like incredibly high, and it was like $75 plus to fill every time. So I said, next car I get, I'm going to get a Sipper. I looked at a Civic, couldn't fit in it. Looked at a Camry, couldn't fit in it. The only thing I could fit into was a Volkswagen Jetta. And that's what I drive now. I drive a Jetta.
Do you
Volkswagen are great cars.
Automatic or stick?
Automatic. I was in 3 hours of traffic a day. I didn't want to have a stick.
Yeah.
Okay. Totally.
My favorite car is that new Tesla truck because it looks like a Blade Runner.
Dude, it looks so. I kind of
like the DeLorean.
Yeah.
When they showed
with off-road tires.
They showed the insides of the thing and what it can do, like how the ramp comes out. I was like, oh, maybe,
Yeah. It looks like the Blade Runner cars.
It does, but I also expect it to only be picking up trash, Yeah.
You couldn't get car.
I mean, it's got a charging dock for the ATV that they made as well. So that's always a good thing.
Oh, that's funny.
It looks like a polygon model from an early video game.
Did you see him demonstrating the shatterproof windows?
Oh yeah, and then
I saw
broke
that.
the window.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it shattered everywhere.
Both
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Heard about it.
Maybe R&D that stuff just a little bit first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? What's funny about that though is you can R&D all you want. Like, for example, some of these times where I've had my worst streams, I have done the most preparation.
That's just Murphy's Law.
Yeah, and you just go, "What the fuck? I tested this. I did the thing," And I'm sure. I mean, the good thing is Elon. He seemed to handle it okay. Like you would have seen brown mud.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, he's used to shit going awry. I mean, if you watch some of the SpaceX it's like, the thing just blew up the other day, and he's like, not a huge setback,
Yeah, he just rolled right back into it, like, oh yeah, all right, we're just working on this live right now, and everyone's just like, let's work on it. Like, we're just doing some research.
Yeah.
Chauncey Blakely's in the house. What up, Chauncey?
What up, Chauncey?
Kit, it's my favorite car. Yo, dude, I wanted that car so bad. The 1983 Firebird, dude. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Joey Fatone has a kit. Like, I was down at Spook. No, it was the FX show down in Orlando in 2007. And we all went skydiving afterwards. And Joey Fatone shows up in kit, starts hitting on my girlfriend at the time. Using kit. I was like, really, dude?
What?
Come on.
Funny.
I know Joey.
Joey's a good dude.
I designed the logo for his hot dog restaurant.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The fat ones. No, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy. Of course,
he's willing to laugh at himself.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. If I suddenly made $1 bazillion and was like, oh, I have a house, I have no debt, everything's paid for, what would I buy? I'm like, oh, shit. I'd buy the Playboy pinball machine. Like, I got simple plans. Playboy pinball machine, and probably some sort of van that had like everything in it, like a TV production studio,
And a
but
wizard on it.
and a fucking wizard.
Hell
Right.
yes.
And a
I mean,
dragon.
you can't have a panel van without having a fucking wizard on it.
I would hire Boris Vallejo to do it.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell
Oh,
yes.
man.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite car would be. I've recently drove a shit ton of different Range Rovers for the last couple of months.
That's true.
And I've
What state are
enjoyed
you in?
those. I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, okay, right. You're right down. Yeah, you're next to
Yeah, downtown.
I suppose you guys.
We drive an older Jaguar, and I enjoy that, but they have their problems. And
Yeah. Well, I
so
mean, in trying to work on it, foreign parts you're gonna pay a premium for those.
You have no idea. Well, it was in the shop. It was in the shop for 2 months, and the only upside to using the dealer is that they gave us loaners. So I drove a Range Rover Sport for 2 or 3 weeks, a Range Rover Velar for 3 weeks, and a Jaguar F-Pace, which piece of shit. It's cheap. It's cheap. It's cheap. The buttons and all the crap in it is just cheap. It's very disappointing. But the Range Rovers were beautiful.
Nice.
I don't know if that would be my favorite car, but it's the only other one I've had any experience with.
Got a Zunheit.
Bless you.
Hey,
If I had to pick a favorite vehicle, like fantasy from TV, I'd probably say the '89 Batmobile. That shit is badass. For a real car, it's always been a Lamborghini Diablo. Like I love the lines of that vehicle.
that's a classic.
Oh my god! I mean, just looking at it, it looks like sex on wheels. I fucking love it. You know.
It does.
But it would have to be a manual. I mean, if you're gonna drive a sports car, it's got to be a manual. I mean, I currently drive a 6-speed manual, and I hadn't driven a manual in like a decade at least, and I had forgotten how much I love driving a manual. Like, holy shit, the power and being able to control it as you're pushing the pedals. I mean, I had forgotten how much fun driving could be.
Oh, that reminds me, my brother's '68 Mustang. If I could drive any car again, it would be that thing. He had what did he have, a 351 Windsor in that thing? It took race gas, and it flew. It flew. You turn that thing on, and it would shake every house within a block. And
that was back when the Mustangs were actual muscle cars. Like they were powerful sports cars.
Yeah, my brother is a fantastic mechanic and built the whole thing himself.
Awesome.
And
it's awesome.
When I say it flew, it's no joke. The thing flew. We living in Oregon, we drive the back roads sometimes in that thing just to test it out. And 140 was easy to hit. Whoosh. Like uphill at 140. Cake. That amazing. I mean, kind of frightening in some ways, because you're like, I could die really fast in this thing.
Oh yeah.
But
the power.
So much fun, and just driving it slow through town. People hear the car, and people would stop and ask you about it. Like,
oh
yeah. They'd stop and ask you about it and look at it, and that was fun. That would probably be my favorite car.
Totally. Hey, Mike, how long have you been an LEO?
13 years.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody had asked that earlier in the chat. I think it might have been Rooster Puncher. That's awesome. Yeah. I do find it
fun, a little different every day, but not something I ever thought I would do. Not something I ever wanted to do. I wanted to work in the film industry, and then I did move down to LA actually and started, working, doing that stuff, and then we had our first son, and we just didn't really like living down there, and all the traffic, and then just kind of having to hustle, trying to get work, always looking for the next job. And
Yeah.
it was like my dad was a firefighter, you know, so I already kind of had that in my blood doing like the city work thing. So started looking around, you know, for jobs and stuff. Started getting interviews right away. So we just decided all our whole support system was up in the Bay Area. We moved back up to the Bay Area, and been, you know, it's been it ever since. So, but it's been
Nice.
fun. It turned out to be a pretty cool career, and you can't beat the pension at the end.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I've
I have
heard.
no idea what that's like.
Yeah.
That's because we work in a creative field.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You make
die
no
like
money and you
Mozart.
have no safety net.
Die like Mozart in an unmarked grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you know all you can really hope for.
Oh yeah.
I actually used to work for a company that made evidence tracking software for both police departments. You know, we used to make software you could make barcodes for evidence, and it would track chain of chain of command and all that. Yeah, it was fun for a while, but I mean, you know, working tech support is maddening at best.
Yeah.
Because
I would
something's
imagine.
always bound to go wrong.
What was the name of the company? I wonder if we used
PMI. PMI.
Oh, no.
PMI
have people
evidence
print
tracker.
out all our barcodes for that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not
Well, there's a lot of big ones out there. Depending on the size of the department you worked in, you know, you probably used one of the bigger ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because I've been on patrol for the past few years, and I just moved back into the detective bureau. So I'm going to do a 3-year run back in the detectives. So it's kind of fun to do that inside work, investigations and stuff like that, where you have a little more time to get into the nitty gritty,
Right.
not just running around on the street all the time. So
That's cool.
What do you think of the representation of law enforcement in media, like not necessarily news, but the way television, movies, and comics represent?
Hey, Mike, Rooster Puncher really wants to talk to you.
yeah,
He's
I
like,
saw that
"Fuck."
in the chat earlier. He can hit me up for sure. Yeah, I can. We can talk. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. The representation and entertainment.
Yeah.
Some of it's really good. Usually, the really good stuff is the comedies. You know, like the stuff that's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or like even some elements of like Reno 911 or Superbad. Like that
My
stuff's
favorite.
a lot more accurate.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because what people don't realize, I mean, not accurate as far as like, you know, the work, but it's accurate as far as like what the people are really like. Because I think what people don't realize is that, like, you know, everyone in a uniform is just like a normal dude. And then when they're behind the scenes, like when they're in the station, everyone's just chopping it up and having fun and just like, you know, just normal.
So it's like a typical work environment.
Yeah, it's just normal. It's just everyone's just like, you know, maybe we have a little darker sense of humor than some work environments, but it's normal. You know, everyone's cool, and then so those shows kind of get that part of it, you know.
Yeah.
But then there's other shows that kind of get, like, there was, I don't remember the name of it, but there was a show about like LAPD. Was it not? It was like a guy training a younger guy.
Oh, the Rookie?
Maybe something like that.
TJ Hooker.
Training guy with Denzel and Ethan Hawke.
Well, not that. Yeah, no, this was like a TV show.
Oh, okay, all right.
Somebody said Barney Miller.
No, yeah, yeah. So some shows get it, and like the other shows, like all the, you know, the CSIs and those kind of all that whole genre. That stuff's kind of infuriating to watch. You know,
Zoom enhance.
They get the case and then they solve it by the end of the episode, kind of thing. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, everything's got to be reset by the end of the episode. You know, that's how TV works.
Yeah, and it gives people a false impression of how it really works and how, like, you know, they'll call it like, "Hey, what's going on with this case?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're working on it." You know, it's like, it's going to take a few months. You know, like we got to wait for results to get back from the crime lab. They don't get back in, like, you know, they don't just text you the next hour or whatever. It's going to take a few months.
But that's not how the media portrays it.
Yeah.
Or films. That's interesting.
Well, and then the other side of it, like, I mean, I've personally been involved in cases where we'll see a news article, like the news media, and the way they portray it, where they'll literally make things up just to finish the story. And I've seen it firsthand where I'm like, that is not what happened. We didn't tell them that. None of the witnesses would have told them that, because that's not true.
Oh,
So they just filled in the blanks.
Yeah,
Like, whatever information they didn't have, they just wrote
Fake news.
Yeah, they make up everything. They make up everything. I stopped believing the news a long time ago, because I don't even remember specifically what it was, but everything they said about something that happened that I was familiar with was completely wrong. I mean, not even close.
It was weird too, and it was like the local news. It was like KRON or something like that. You know, it was one of those
crazy
local news where it's like, man, you guys could actually drive here and talk to us. Like, you're across the bridge or something. You know?
Yeah.
But it's more fun to make up something and, you know, have it be clickbaity.
Yeah, or it's just easier. I think they're lazy.
Yeah. Or it's just easier. Yeah, that's true. It makes you wonder if that was the case back then, or if you know, media or the news used to be, you know, actually a lot more accurate. If it actually has become less accurate.
I think we just know now, because of the internet, we can communicate with each other, you know, and so we just know that it's fake. You know?
Yep.
We know.
Yeah.
That's probably
it's never.
I mean, like Reddit. You know, if you want the inside scoop on something, go to Reddit.
Yeah.
Because anything that's complete bullshit usually gets downvoted into oblivion. You know, I mean, there's a lot of shit posting on Reddit as well, but I mean, it's the internet, so there's always shit posting.
He's back.
Yeah, that's true.
He's back when he moved.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Have y'all tuned into the TV show called Curse on Oak Island?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
No.
It's about the where the supposedly the night the Templar the night of the Templar buried the treasure out there on Oak Island.
What treasure?
And now these treasure hunters, huh? Treasure from like King Solomon's tomb.
Templar's heard of it.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I watch it occasionally. It's a show about digging holes.
I just didn't know if anybody had tuned into it. It's really interesting, and they're making headway. They're finding more and more stuff. So I don't know.
Cool.
Just thought it was something maybe we could talk about.
Where can you find it?
It's on History Channel.
Okay.
I remember, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it's Curse on Oak Island, and they're in Nova Scotia. They're up there. There's an island called Oak Island, and all these treasure hunters have been going there for years, and so many people have died, and there's a curse on it that so many people have to die before they truly find the treasure. And all the people have died except for one last person. So there's like they have one last person to die. So it's like, oh,
is his name Chester Copperpot?
Yeah.
Hey, no, no, that's not it. But yeah, it's just it's really interesting. Check it out sometime.
Is this a scripted show, or is this like follow an excavation crew to dig up something show?
Yeah, they're treasure hunters, and they're trying to dig out this treasure, trying to put all the clues together, and yeah, it's quite interesting.
I have cable; it's included in the condo, but I don't use it. I mean, everything I want to watch is like streaming, or I download it somewhere. Yeah, so I haven't heard of that one.
I took
what part
a year
of Florida
off
are you in?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
What part of Florida are you in?
Northeast Florida, just under Jacksonville.
Okay.
I'm in the nation's oldest city. This place is haunted as fuck, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Who said they took a year off the cable? Was that you, Mike?
Yeah, I took it. We took like a year off of cable, and we were just trying to do streaming stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so I just added cable back in because we wanted to see, oh, maybe we do miss it. Let's see how it is. We put it back in, and I kind of regret because I did like a year contract bringing it back in, and I'm already like, we don't really need it, you know, like we hardly use it.
I mean, if you want
you get used to
it. Just get one of those over-the-air antennas, man. You know, it's all digital now, so it either comes in or it doesn't.
Yeah, I can't get the antenna signal to work here. I got a couple of those little HD antennas to try to pick up the local channels, and I can only get like 2 channels with it. I don't know, maybe it's because of the trees.
It could be.
I want to show you guys something though. I've actually appeared as a police officer in a comic book one time here.
Let's go.
This is the Spider-Man 5-minute Marvel stories, and you guys might know this artist. He is deceased now though, but Matt Swift.
Yeah.
He put me. That was me and my partner when we were in detectives back in like 2011 through 14. He took a picture of us off Facebook and then put us in this comic.
Nice.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Matt
Awesome.
Swift. I like Matt. I miss him.
Yeah, he was a good
Nice.
Yeah, he was.
man.
Yeah, that was a shock when that happened.
dude. Total shock. Yeah. Total shock. Crazy. I mean, I still don't really know the details, but I guess he was in a car accident. But
I heard he, from what I was told, because I was working with him on something at Mattel.
Oh, wow.
What I was told was he had a cardiac arrest while he was driving.
oh, yeah. maybe.
Like Randy Savage.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And he had
And basically drove off a high overpass.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten married and had a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like, what, a year or two, maybe? Maybe
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah. Oh, and only 37
Yeah.
years old.
Sad. That's really unfortunate.
God, that's
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
he was a
it'll be
good dude.
this
He was
year.
doing mission trips to go help dig wells and things like that for people. I
Yeah.
was trying to support some of his stuff, and then he was actually going to be leaving on one. I think like a month before he died or something.
Yeah. It makes me think of those Left Behind books. You know? You go,
Those are actually pretty decent novels.
he got taken. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Matt Swift
Yeah.
got taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lucky. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
They actually did some comic books about those, if I remember correctly.
The Left Behind stuff?
Yeah, they did. I think they did like the first 2 books.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they do that because, you know, like today's topic, I'll bring it up again to right now, was what's your favorite way to get story? To get
That was the topic.
how do you get high on story?
Yeah.
How do you get who deals you your story? But
An adventure story.
at the bottom of it all, it's the power of story and what we take from stories. Stories make us think about things. They make us reflective. They make us, observational. When it comes to things outside ourselves, it makes us see things we may have not seen before, or it amplifies things we already know to be true. And I feel like it's interesting that we have so many different ways to receive story, whether it's through audiobook, YouTube, television, movies, comic books. What's that?
I love audiobooks. My Audible playlist is fucking forever long.
Likewise, I love audiobooks. That's my favorite. And it's because I would say movies would be my favorite, but my eyes are always being used to make stuff. And that's why I have to live in my head most of the time. But anyway, today's topic was about story. We're going to be wrapping up this dealio. We've been going 2 hours and 37 minutes. No special guests, just talking the breeze about all things under the sun. You guys do me a
Dan,
favor.
I have to say that I do enjoy the stories that you tell about your comic book experiences. So
I'll
I
tell
thank
some
you.
more.
I thank you for those, man. Those are great.
My pleasure, man. I'm happy to do them. And if you guys have anybody that you would like me to reach out to try to get on the show, let me know. I heard of Sam Keith. I gotta just try to find a Sam Keith. I know there's a Sam Keith out there. I remember talking to him once on the phone when he was doing something for Extreme. I don't remember what it was, but I remember talking to him once on the phone and thinking he was a good guy. But if you guys have any of that, please say something in the comments, like, dislike, poo-poo. Even if you share it and say it's the worst thing you've ever seen, share it. Yeah, Kevlar says 2.7 minutes about Mike's cooking and drugs. Man, Mr. LaRock must write Cliff Note books. He must. It's like, what was tonight's stream about? Drugs and meat.
Yeah.
What else do you really?
Guys, I have to tell you, it was a pleasure.
Hey, pleasure to have you, man.
It was a pleasure and an honor. I tell you, I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Keep drawing too. Keep it up. Stuff
Definitely.
looks awesome.
Appreciate
post
it.
more of your sculpting too. All right, you guys, be well. I'm in the broadcast. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys, tomorrow night.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Bye bye. See you
Peace out,
guys.
y'all.
Bye bye.
Later.
Peace.